So our party here has tracked the pirates to their final bastion of defense in Jahaka Bay. They've been chasing them down, putting together the multiple threads behind the conspiracy between the pirates and the Flaming Fist, and finally they deem themselves ready to go in to the Hornet's Nest. So, as we've kind of figured out in the preparation for this, are you guys going to take one ship or two? Are you going to just bring Ortome along, or are you going to hire her and her crew for a more frontal assault? Or are you going to go in kind of stealthy?
I think we were going to hire her crew and then try and go in stealthy. So use her boat to get in there at least.
Okay, so you're just going to go on that one, on the one ship, on her ship?
Yeah.
I think that's what we all agreed.
Okay. All right. So once again, Ortome standing on the dock. This time, instead of leaving at dawn, you're leaving at dusk. Sun is setting. It's red in the background, just like skipping off the water. This light sparkling and getting refracted into like a myriad of colors: purple, red, orange, blending into the sky. And Ortome kind of looking out on the water like a shadow. She hears you approaching and turns to greet you, her feathered cap kind of blowing in the wind. Finally ready, eh? Come on. Don't have all night.
How big is her boat?
It's a ship.
It's a
It's
ship.
like a
Okay.
sailing ship.
So
fully
she would be
outfitted
offended
with
when I
crew.
asked how big her boat was.
It's a big ass ship. You don't call it a boat.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll get on the boat, and during my morning prayers, I'll cast Find Steed and summon my Celestial Raptor.
Nice.
Since it's big enough to hang out on the boat with us.
Is so what are the things behind Summon Steed? Like
It's just a 10-minute ritual spell that once he's up until he dies, or I banish him.
Is it what kind of stuff can you summon? So Summon Steed, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Find Steed.
Pony, camel, elk, mastiff, warhorse.
What's the CR?
So I picked I can't pronounce it.
If you're trying to call a Deinonychus, I think that's too high of a CR. But
okay.
You can basically reskin a warhorse, so it's kind of like a
Sure.
It's like
I'm cool with that.
It's basically a Deinonychus, just
yeah. I mean, I wasn't planning to use any of its combat abilities. It was literally just going to be a mount.
Yeah.
I just picked that one because it represented it physically the closest.
Okay.
I'll switch it to warhorse. Be fine.
Well, you can call a Deinonychus. It'll just have a warhorse stat block.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm setting up on my character sheet.
Okay.
To switch it
cool.
to warhorse.
Yeah. So you call upon this spiritual animal. What does it look like?
It is a deep, translucent, but just barely you can see through it. Deep blue raptor. Just gloriously sparkly scales.
Yes.
Full of shimmer and wonder. And once it's fully formed, the glow in it kind of mutes, and it's just a very thick, almost oily look to it. Like you can just see through it, but just barely. And it's a deep dark blue.
Nice. So I guess you guys are kind of like loading up And as you're loading supplies, he calls his spiritual raptor. How do the rest of you mount up on the ship and get ready to head out? Captain Ortame, she would not have met Davi, and
Bjorn has been with her
she's met
before.
Bjorn, and she's met Linneo.
Yeah. So Bjorn walking up the gangplank, we have like a ferocious smile on and shake her hand and say, "It is time, long time we are to strike at the pirates. We will prevail today, or I guess tonight."
Damn straight. We're dead. I'd say it's about 50-50.
Either way, it's going to be a glorious battle. And on that note, Bjorn is going to continue helping with the putting on the supplies on the ship.
Elwig, good to see you again. She says, flipping her cap off and putting it back on.
Captain, we see each other again. It's nice to be back in the Bracer Pegasus.
Yes, I expect you to pilot the ship. I'm going to take a nap all the way there. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice as shit. I got a new hammock and everything.
You know, Captain, that I am willing to help in whatever it's possible.
Oh, I'm going to take full advantage. It's not often that I get another wheelman on board. Except for the first mate here, but he's pretty grumpy, and he doesn't like to steer very much. Isn't that right, Burke? And this big half-orc kind of like nods his head as he's carrying this gigantic crate with one arm.
Elvis says hi to him as well, and okay, I'm going to go prepare the stuff needed. Let's see each other later, Captain. And he salutes her and then moves on.
She kind of like fake salutes, like humoring you. And finally she turns to Thomas's character. Thomas,
Kira.
Tell me about your character.
Well, I'm a rogue sea elf. I actually worked for Arnos before for a few weeks. Little backstory is I was actually working for a captain, and pirates actually plundered our ship and like left us for dead and whatnot.
And what's your character's name?
Kira.
Kira.
Yeah, it's a male, by the way. Everybody thinks it's a female for some reason.
It's male. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so she hears your story explaining why you want to take out these pirates so badly. And she nods the whole way, kind of like looking and understanding your loss. Well, you've come to the right place. I hope you don't mind getting blood on your nice doublet there.
Nope, more blood the better.
She winks at you. Good. Now get on the ship. And she'd follow after you, and you guys would load up on the ship, sailing out as the sun's just dipping beneath the horizon, just like lighting up the sky with purples and orange. It's a clear night as you guys sail out of the Bay of Cholt and into the open sea, heading southwest along the coast. It's a full moon, so she's able to navigate pretty easily with Elwig's help. As you're making southern progress, after a few days of smooth sailing, watching as whales breach a few miles off the port bow, and watching all kinds of wildlife just like coming alive on the beach and in the jungles along it. As you are sailing along the coast near just north of Jahaka Bay, keeping away from the known areas where they keep lookouts along the coast, farther out than people usually sail for commerce. You suddenly feel this like drop in your stomach as the entire ship gets lifted up, seemingly by a rogue wave, and then dropping down suddenly. You just feel this hulking entity just pass beneath you, completely just moving the entire, it feels like it's moving the ocean beneath you. Give me dex saves as the deck just like goes vertical beneath you and then back horizontal.
I got an 18.
18. Okay.
Davi will drop to all fours and like dig his claws in. 11.
11.
12. Sorry, 12.
Okay.
18 for Bjorn.
18.
11 for a week.
Okay. If you rolled over a 10, you don't get thrown prone as this just like gigantic entity moves below you, causing the ship to just heft up in the water and then settle back down. And you look out behind you and you see this long shadow just cruising north.
Is it going
longer than your ship?
Is it going away from us, or is it like following us, or staying around, or whatever?
It seems like it has bypassed you and is heading north. But this thing is gigantic. It's like a shadow. It turns the sea deep blue above it. You can't make out the details, but this thing is huge, long, with tentacles that drift behind it. It dwarfs your ship.
So tentacles. We are not looking at the turtle, the huge turtle. I forgot the name.
No, it's not the dragon turtle.
Yeah, it's probably about as big as it. Not as like bulky, but definitely like it rivals its size.
Does Elwick recalls any information about creatures of that size and shape?
Yeah, Captain Orme just shouts out, "What in the fuck was that?" And you can roll me a nature check.
I'll ask Kawasha if he knows anything about it.
Yeah, Kawasha can roll nature as well. Let me see what they get.
In with guidance.
Okay, nature. Kawasha got a 14. What'd you get, Ilwig?
14 with guidance.
14. So basically, Kawasha and Ilwig kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And eventually they hypothesized that was a giant squid, but it's extremely unusual to see one of them this shallow in the water. Usually they're in the depths, and they're usually smaller than whatever you just saw. That thing was gigantic. And Kawasha just expresses how happy he is that it didn't stop and think the ship was a meal. But that thing is...
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Immensity. So, you guys kind of pause and take a deep breath. Think whatever gods your character might believe in, that thing didn't pay any attention to you. But it's just another thing to be careful of in Cholt. So, you continue south and eventually come to the mouth of Jahaka Bay. It spreads out before you. The mouth of the river, just like bilging brown, silty water into this bay, spreading out until like almost like this delta, and beyond that, verdant jungle. But
when we're approaching the bay, Bjorn will approach Ordime and ask her how close she think we can get, or at least we should get inside the bay if we don't want to get spotted by the pirates. Like, should we stay outside and then travel the rest by foot, or like what's your insight on this?
Well, my professional opinion is if we try to sail right in there, we'll get smashed up by rocks or shot at by whatever they have. Bows, arrows, trebuchets, ballista. I don't fucking know. I've never been in there. So, I'd personally suggest getting dropped off maybe day's hike or so away from it, and then trying to get as much information as you can before actually going in on foot. If you go in by ship, it'll be impossible to hide. It would be a frontal attack. There would be no way we'd be able to get in stealthily.
A question. The place is on an island, right?
So based on what we've been hearing, from what Mir tells me, it's hidden in a tidal cove, not an island.
Remember that we caught a hag the first time we tried to... What information we could get from her?
Yeah. So the hag basically said that it was in Jahaka Bay, hidden in this like hollowed out cove in the mountain face to the north. It would be almost impossible to find if you didn't have that information, and it would have been passed on from the people who were like on that expedition.
Okay. Yeah. What you are suggesting is indeed, or I can agree to that. We can not approach directly with the ship. We must scout ahead and try to get intel if possible, and then send information back to the ship to coordinate an attack.
All right.
I can send my familiar to the ship, so it can be shorter.
To relay information.
So there's only one ship. You guys are all on the same ship. You're on the Brazen Pegasus.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what you guys want to do is go in on foot and get some intel, and then send the familiar over with information.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Ortome will drop you off about a day's hike away from the location that you're told about in this hollowed out tidal cove. About a day's hike, basically through the jungle. She'd drop you off as night is falling to get a bit of cover.
I'll ask her if she can spare any sailor with a strong arm that could give us a hand in case we encounter some pirates.
Sorry, love, but these seas are stormy and misty. I can't spare the hands, and if you're going to be signaling signaling an assault, well, they're going to focus on the ship, aren't they? So I'm going to need all the hands I can get.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I've seen what you can do. You'll be fine. We have your back if you hit any trouble. So yeah, she would want to keep as many of her force together on the ship, because if you spread it out too much, they might destroy the ship, or they might take the ship, and that would be bad.
Then everybody's fucked.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're going to the coast on rowboat.
Yep. Yeah, so she'll go to like this like kind of hidden rocky area in the cove, and she would lower you guys in a rowboat, and you would row to this rocky shore, basically at the edge of the jungle. And in the dark, you can actually make out a few scattered lights off in the distance.
Further down in the bay or along the coast where we're landing?
Along the coast beneath the mountains to the north.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you guys going to travel through the night, or are you going to set up camp?
It's a day's hike, right?
Yeah.
We could probably travel half a day and then camp and then just travel the rest of the way.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Probably we wouldn't want to get there during the day, but we don't want to get spotted either, so you take your time.
Okay. So you take your time going stealthily through the night, and then taking the time to rest, hidden away. Whoever wants to be the guide, can I get a survival check? Try to find a good place to set up camp.
Okay, so
I'll look at the druid. I'll look at the guy that we hired.
Kawasha, who is like 6'5", tall, slender, he nods, and he'll grant advantage to whoever wants to roll survival, or he can roll.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Elwick has navigation tools and cartographer tools. Will that help in the role? Because
I guess
the description says that survival, you understanding geography, blah blah blah, to predict areas where village stones might be found and avoid becoming lost. And navigation tools also has an entry on survival. Knowledge on navigation tool has avoid becoming lost, and also grants you insight on most likely location for roads and settlements.
Okay. So I think in this situation, it's mostly avoiding being seen, and like camping in a way that you won't be found, essentially. So it wouldn't necessarily be like avoiding getting lost, because you can follow the coast. and it'd be pretty easy to get there.
Okay. How about trade routes? How trade routes evolve, and the relation with the geographic locations? Will that mean that he can give his proficiency bonus in the role?
Sure. You can basically use that kind of knowledge from your knowledge of cartography. You know of some geographic areas where you might be able to hide, but you need to roll to see if it would work.
Roll with
And
advantage.
Kawasha can give you advantage.
Plus guidance. 24.
Yeah. So Kawasha, he would suggest a simple approach. And as he kind of like lays out, okay, this is the way that we're going to go, you pipe up and point out there is some geographic phenomena here. There's some basalt columns being formed, and that leads you to believe that there's a cave that you would be able to camp out in right here. And you point out that spot in the map, and half a day's hike later, when you arrive there as the sun's rising and you need a place to stay, there's a cave right where you said it was.
Okay,
so you guys can take a long rest in there and basically get back up and head out and time it in a way that you can arrive around where you were told the encampment was in this cove. About half a day's hike later, as the sun's setting, you see these dots of light, specks along the bottom of these mountains. And as you approach, you realize that it's this yawning, gigantic, sheltered cove, basically ripped out of the side of the mountain by waves over time. You see in the distance like these little dim lanterns strung up all along these roughly made sheds, and you see basically like barrel fires set up every once in a while, and the faint outline of a large ship. So you can see the settlement in the distance. How do you guys want to approach it?
Does anyone have what is the name for the contraction that allows to see further away?
Dark vision?
Spyglass?
Yeah, spyglass. Does anybody have one?
Nope.
Okay, he will make his best attempt to make a map out of the area and begin to point good points of approach for the ship, for the main ship.
Okay. So from where you guys are, you can kind of make out basically boardwalks and docks that web all inside this basically this gigantic high cave that everything's inside of.
Oh, shit.
How big on is it? The north side of the cave, it's like this gigantic semicircle filled with huts and stuff like that in there. On the north side is a boardwalk that hugs the cave wall, and then goes into darkness and like huts and more docks and stuff like that on the inside. And on the south side, you can make out a fortified wall and the outline of what looks like a tower of some sort, a roughly made tower that rises above this wall about 30 feet or so. It looks like a building like inside the compound.
Roughly how many people could stay there? Like, I'm not saying how many people are there, but
somebody can give me a history check to try to figure that out. Like, okay,
you want to do that?
Have you ever seen a building that big? You can kind of guess how many people might be in there, could be in there. I think you would have a decent idea of how many people can fit in one of these pirate ships.
So there's only one at the docks, I assume?
Yeah, there's one. There's one at the docks. Docks, basically among these boardwalks and stuff like that, next to this building with a tower on it. So if you want to try to get like a prediction of how many people, 21.
21, yeah.
Okay, let me think here. One of those ships, you've seen anywhere from 15 to 30 people. 30 if it's like filled up to the max, but you know that they've been pretty screwed up the past few months. They've been slaughtered essentially, so probably closer to 15 you would gauge. In terms of the building, you would guess maybe 20 people or so. But there's other smaller huts and buildings spread out all over the place.
What's the approximate like size of the whole thing? Like, is it like
the entire cove? Let me check here for a sec. Give you a decent guess.
There's one ship. Oh, well, like,
yeah, there's one ship.
So it's still at night, right? We're seeing all this, but
yeah, it's still at night. You're basically gauging all this from the lights in the distance, casting shadows. And
how far are we from there?
I'm gonna say you're about 300 feet or so away from the northern approach along that boardwalk.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so the mouth of this cove is about 200 feet across or so, with rocks and stuff basically all scattered throughout this opening to the cove. It's well covered. There's basically like a bunch of rock pillars and stalactites and stuff like that, and it'd be difficult to navigate inside.
Okay.
So it's about 200 feet at the opening, like across, and you can't quite gauge how deep it is, but you would guess it's probably about as deep or more. So it's a pretty big area.
All right. How are you guys thinking that we want to do this?
Try to sneak up and surveil as much as we can.
What we could do would be make a ultimate ship get close through the night. So when they are at dawn, they are close enough for them to be kind of surprised. That will make them take their forces out in a ship to try to attack the boat, and will allow us to, if the Brazen Pegasus keep the distance from the cave, allow us to move in and disable whatever special artillery that could be there.
Yeah.
That's a good plan.
We maybe along with that, we could try and sabotage the main ship before having them come close, and then use that as a distraction to hit from behind, like go through the village or whatnot, and try and find the heads of the operation.
Bjorn, give me a perception check.
Okay. Meanwhile, Elwin will
Just
say
Bjorn,
that
though.
okay, that he has invisibility, the invisibility spell, so we can send someone to maybe disable or thwart their gunpowder.
Yeah, they might have means of detecting that because they had a priest last time. I got 12 on my perception check.
12. You can make out the outline of something rising above the ship that's docked. It's long and kind of like made of some sort of framework. You can't quite make out what it is, but give me a history check.
I'll share the information to the other guys. I got 2 on my history check.
You have no idea.
I have no idea what the fuck this is.
You point out the thing to everybody else, and you might be able to figure out what it is when you get a little closer. So, you guys want to go in stealthily?
I'll just say, like, there's a shadow of some sort that looks suspicious, but it's too far to know what it looks like. How late is it during the night right now?
I'd say it's probably about midnight.
Okay, so are you guys thinking of sending the familiar to Ordime and start this?
Yeah, I think we should attack at dawn, or just right as the sun's creeping up. Have them come in, maybe draw as many of the pirates out as possible.
So,
are we wanting to sabotage?
Should we attack this night, or use the next day to sabotage, and in the night ask them to move the next night, ask the Brazen Pegasus to move?
I think we should do it the same. We should, if we want to sabotage, we should do it the same night. Otherwise, they'll know somebody's here and they'll be on super alert. But we don't necessarily have to sabotage. Like, maybe even if just getting them by surprise, and if we hit them hard enough from the back, we'll have time to cripple them enough that even if they get on their boat, and the danger with that is if they escape on their boat.
Right, so we should send the familiar back, have them start moving their way over here, and then we can move in and try and do as much damage and cripple as much as possible. And then the Pegasus can just catch them on their way out if they flee.
Question: how much time will a hawk with 60 feet of movement, normal movement without dash, take to arrive to the ship?
Not too long. I'd say the ship is about
because
maybe like a mile away. So
okay,
probably like a minute.
Okay, so he will write down another map.
Us an hour to get there, to sabotage, get out of there, and then they get the Ordime attacks at that point, or less than that.
So the outline of the plan is you guys want to get into position to sabotage them the night before they attack, or basically like simultaneously as they attack at dawn. Like once you see their ship, you launch your plan, whatever it is.
What I was thinking is like sabotaging the ship as much as possible, then get out of there, and at that moment, Ordemet attacks, so that when they get out of their huts, while the ship is not usable, and hopefully they haven't spotted us, and we can hit them at the same time as Ordemet.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Is everybody agreeing?
So we sneak in, sabotage, get out.
Sorry,
and
can
when
you repeat
Ordemet-
it because I was distracted?
So, first thing, Elwig is going to send his familiar to the ship to say, hey, we're attacking at dawn. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Elwig, do you want to do that?
Well, do we want to attack at dawn or during the night?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean we've got 6 hours until dawn, so we
Okay,
could probably
at dawn
just
will be
attack
good.
now.
Because the longest time we wait, the more chances we get found out, though. Like if they have patrols and shit.
Yeah.
You said there was like fence and guard towers.
The
and stuff, right?
issue with attacking at night
Yeah.
is that who of you has dark vision and who in the crew has dark vision. I know Ultimate will have because she's a gnome.
You have
she's
it?
a gnome.
Do you have it, Alwaleg?
Yes, Elwig is a high elf.
Thomas?
Akira and Elwig should have dark vision, but I don't think Davi and Bjorn do.
Yeah,
Davi does.
Well, I'm the only one that doesn't,
Okay.
so I can just follow you guys. And as soon as they see the ship is as soon as they see they're getting attacked, there's gonna be torches and shit everywhere. So we're gonna see good enough, I think.
That, and I'm sure there's fires all around. But
I want to draw a good map with instruction for Ultimate about the plan.
Okay.
So and then wrap it up on
Roll me a cartography check to see how good your map is.
Okay, so
it'd be intelligence plus your proficiency.
19.
19. It's a pretty good map. It basically has all the information that you guys found out so far. It also points out, hey, there's a fuck ton of rocks here, so just be careful. But you don't know where the opening is for those rocks.
He just writes in "fuck ton of rocks" on the map.
Yeah.
In Elvish.
Underlined a couple times. Fuck done. Okay, so just triple checking, making sure everybody's agreeing on the plan. We're sending the eagle or whatever, the bird, to Ordemet to tell her to start going in, or like give us half an hour to an hour. We go in, sabotage, like right now, we go in, sabotage the ship, try and hide when Ordemet gets in. When she's there and the people are getting out, then we sneak to the back of the line to try and get the pirate captains. And then hopefully we win the battle.
Okay.
Is that the plan?
I agree with that. How are we sneaking in? Because I heard about a front gate.
There's a front gate and there's a boardwalk that hugs the cave on the north side, but you don't know exactly where it leads.
I'm guessing it'll be chaos, but yeah. Go for it.
I was gonna say I have a grappling hook, so maybe we can like sneak up to the fence and like try to like peek over to see where we're dealing with first.
I think it might be dangerous if we get spotted. Then everything goes to shit.
Who has shiny armor?
Shiny armor.
I mean, yes. Who is will have difficulty hiding?
Davi sands his armor, but it's still noisy as shit.
Will invisibility grant him cancel his disadvantage?
Yeah,
because
you still have to worry about the sounds.
I'll still go clink clink. They just won't know where it is.
They won't, yeah, exactly.
if it's during the chaos, they won't notice anyway. Like there's gonna be a fuck ton of sound anyway.
So
right,
you
but
can
not
stay
right now.
back. You can stay back, and when I'm down, you will enter.
Okay.
How bad is it?
I mean,
my
you
clink clink?
dexterity.
Stealthing
Yes.
with heavy armor, it's disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
You have heavy armor. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, worst case scenario, we just kill them all. I'll be fine.
Yeah, totally.
Worst case scenario.
That's the worst case for sure.
You mean
So-
best case?
No.
Gavi is going to tell his spiritual raptor to go be a raptor over by the gates, but still hide in the forest. And as long as it's within a mile of me, I can telepathically communicate with it.
Okay. So you send your. Okay, so it's within a mile. All right. Yeah, that'll be within range. So you basically send it to hang out near the gate and kind of like check it out.
Yeah, he can't tell me anything. He's basically just a magic horse that I can tell him what to do.
Okay.
But that's about as far as our relationship goes.
That sounds like a very one-sided relation to me.
It is. I talk to him all the time, but he never says anything back.
Well,
He
It's
just
just like my relationship with my father.
he just tilts his head as if he doesn't understand.
Oh no, he fully understands.
But he understands.
He speaks Draconic, or he understands Draconic, but
Okay. So you send your spectral raptor over to the front gate and tell it to basically try to draw attention. Is
no,
that what
he
you're
just
doing?
hangs out. No, he's
Just hanging out over there? Okay.
Just hanging out for when I need him. So
Okay, you do that. It seems like if needed, he could jump over that fence relatively easily.
nice.
Okay.
Probably
So
gonna-
based on where you guys are, the north approach would probably be the stealthiest and the most accessible. Theoretically, you could swim across the mouth of this cove, but that brings it with it a danger of getting caught. And yeah, so the north approach seems like it would probably be best right now.
maybe
Is
it's. Sorry, go for it.
Is the north the side the gate's on?
The north is the side with like the boardwalk, and there's no gate. It just leads into the blackness that you can't really see very well.
Okay.
The south side is where the gate is, and it's
Okay,
basically
so-
like this big semicircle with a shit ton of docks and stuff on the inside.
Okay, got it.
Maybe it's just better to hit the encampment and leaving the boat alone, because it seems like a lot of traveling that needs to be stealthy, and I'm not that stealthy and Davy either. So
Yeah, I'm anti-stealthy.
I mean,
Okay.
whatever you guys decide. What do you think?
I mean, we could go guns blazing.
Is
That's
it
always
worth?
an option.
Is it worth sabotaging the ship?
Yes.
It's
Remember
probably
that,
worth it.
It'll be kind of difficult to bring it back if the ship is wrecked, and that's 2,000 gold.
Oh shit.
How far away from the North Gate are we?
You're still about 300 feet. You're kind of like sitting there planning out stuff.
Is there any vertical difference, or are we just like staring straight at this boardwalk?
You're literally just staring at it like you could go walk to it.
Oh, awesome. But we're in the woods. We're not just hanging out with a campfire.
Yeah, you're in the jungle, like looking out. You're just 300 feet away, like trying to figure it out.
All right.
Okay, so
300 feet. Got it. Okay.
if it's gonna be hard to bring it back, then I guess we just say automate to attack to make a distraction, and then we take the boardwalk to hit the encampment.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're gonna wait until Ortome. You can see Ortome,
Sure.
and then you're gonna go in.
Yes. Down with that.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
So after about an hour or so, you see Ortome's ship approaching, and the camp starts kind of like springing to life as you're like weaving through the jungle, getting closer and closer, trying to avoid being spotted. As you get within about 60 feet of the boardwalk, give me stealth checks with
23.
advantage, since the ship is obviously commanding most of the attention.
Okay.
So then mine's regular because I would normally
Yeah.
have disadvantage.
Yep.
I got
25.
I got a crit.
Okay.
I got a crit too, just the wrong way.
Oh, god damn it.
No. Okay. So,
Trips up, falls.
so like at first you think that it's the alarm bell ringing, but it's just Davi clunking around in his armor like a sack full of cans. As you approach, everybody give me perception checks.
God damn it. So much for the stealth.
15.
It's the most paladin thing I could do.
15. Yeah.
That's 7.
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah. And then we go the other way with perception.
Oh, nice. So if you roll over a 15, you can see through this dim light that spreads throughout the cavern, just like on threaded lanterns, just like strung up all over the place, and dumpster fires and barrel fires and just like random stuff spreading shadows and orange light
Burning
on
shoes.
these shitty little huts, basically. You see on the ship a crew of 3 pirates working a ballista.
Oh, shit.
See on top of the tower as well a crew of 3 pirates working a second ballista in like a fortified position. Both of them are in cover, and the one on the ship spots you, Davi. So we're gonna have to roll initiative as you guys basically get up to the cave wall, and you look down the boardwalk, and you see basically like an alcove off to the left in about 60 feet that would give you full cover from this ballista. But basically to get into the compound, you're going to have to run about 150 feet to get to the first building. So everybody roll initiative. As one ballista is shooting at you, and the second ballista is shooting at Ordeme's ship as she's approaching in the night towards those rocks. Okay. All right. What's everybody's initiative? We got Elway. I got 23.
I got 22.
We got Akira.
Yeah, Kara, I got 22.
22. Is Bjorn? What's Bjorn? 15. Okay. So he is 15. Okay. And then Davi is 9. 9. Okay. So Davi and Akira. 30. Okay. Elwig, you just like your eyes widen as you see this gigantic contraption point at you. You're 60 feet away from the first full cover. You can see just like this alcove off to the left on this boardwalk. What do you do?
Is the sorry, I do not remember the details of the word ballista. Is a ballista gunpowder based
No,
weapon?
It's a gigantic crossbow.
Okay. Does
And,
Elwick see any gunpowder close?
It is not gunpowder based.
Yeah. I mean, in the cave. Because I remember that in the first battle there was cannons.
Yeah, I mean, you can see some cannons basically sticking out of the ship, but they're not manned.
Okay, so 60 feet away from anything
From cover. And the ballista itself is 150 feet away from you right now, like in the middle of the cove on the ship. The second ballista is about 250 feet away from you, across the cove on a tower, and it's not paying any mind to you at the moment.
The ballista is on the ship, like on the docks.
Yeah.
And then there's one on the tower.
Yeah, the tower, I don't think we should go there. We'd have to cross the whole encampment. So I would say we just like run straight and try to hit the encampment directly.
You see a big warehouse about 150 feet away on this boardwalk. It doesn't seem like there's much of anywhere else you can go unless you want to jump into the water.
He will shoot, knowing that the presence of any one of his team members is alerted the guards. He will say, handle them. I will scout ahead. And he will move, trying to enter the ship.
Okay, we're in initiative at the moment. So you're going to send your familiar into the ship to check it out?
No, he's moving. Okay, so there is no cover where he can hide?
Your familiar?
No, Elwick.
Oh, not where you are. You would need to move 60 feet to get to cover.
So he will move the 60 feet and the use dash action, and with his bonus action he will cast Expeditious Retreat on himself.
Okay.
I have to be away. Please, guys, delay this enough so I can come back for my next turn.
Okay. All right, Akira, it's your turn. You see Elwig just take off at a sprint across this boardwalk, just clomping along on these half-rotted planks. What do you do?
You said there's some kind of cover 60 feet away, right?
Yeah.
All right, I just dash towards that.
Okay, you dash after her. Dive behind this rocky outcropping that Elwig is hiding behind too, just like gasping for breath. You hear the ballista. Bjorn, it's going to be aiming for you.
I'm not the one making sounds. Why is it aiming for me?
It like Davi drew the crew's gaze, and then they saw the group of you.
Yeah.
Okay. You get a +2, so 15 to hit.
Misses.
This cloud of rock and shrapnel just explodes right above your head, and like you're just showered with rock and pebbles as this ballista misses. But you gauge that if that thing had hit you, it would have hurt like a bitch. It's your turn.
All right. So there is cover at 60 feet, you said?
Yep.
What kind of cover? Like rocks?
Full cover.
From what?
Like rocks.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll use my dash action as well. So Bjorn getting showered with the stones will like duck his head and just start sprinting as far as he can, and getting to the rocks, he will kind of stumble upon and like jump to cover. So I'm prone because when I dash, I fall down because of my peg leg. Just saying.
Okay. So you fall prone at the end of your dash, just like diving down, making it look like it was on purpose, but really it wasn't.
Nobody
Davi,
needs
it's
to
your
know.
turn.
No, I'm pretty sure I was last.
Yeah, Thomas was before me actually.
Yeah, it was.
He had 22.
Yeah, Akira already went. It was Elwig, Akira, then the Ballista, then Bjorn, and then Astabi.
There you go.
Sorry, I missed Akira totally.
Yeah, me too.
He was efficient.
Yeah, no shit. Holy crap. Okay, so the tower is 150 feet from me, and the boat is how far?
The boat is 150 feet. The tower is like 250 feet away, and they're shooting at the Brazen Pegasus. You see cover. You see your companions in cover about 60 feet away, and beyond
so
that,
the tower is shooting at the Pegasus. The boat is shooting at us. All right, so I'm just gonna dash to the boat.
Okay.
And then
towards the boat.
Yep.
So if you dash towards the boat, it's about 150 feet away over water.
Aha.
Yeah, so the only way you can really go if you want to stay on land is this boardwalk towards a warehouse that like leads deeper into this compound of huts and stuff.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll go ahead and just book it towards that warehouse then, trying to stay on land.
Okay.
So that'll put me behind cover with everyone else then? Is that like the general direction of it? Okay.
Yep.
And then as I'm running, I'll communicate to my raptor and tell him to get his ass in here. I need a hand or a claw or some talons.
Okay. It acts on your initiative, right? So it has a movement and an action. So what do you tell it to do?
He'll dash over as well and just jump the fence.
You hear off in the distance, like 300 feet away. Oh fuck! Just echoing on this this cove. That's your raptor's turn. It's Elwig's turn. You see Elwig, this ballista on top of the tower, just unloading on the Brazen Pegasus. You see one of the ballista make purchase on the front, punching a hole above the waterline. A hit, but not a critical hit. It's your turn, Elwig. You're in full cover at the moment, and you are 90 feet away from this door to a large warehouse along the boardwalk.
90?
90.
Yeah. Sure, he will use he will use his full movement dash and the bonus action dash of expedition retreat to reach the spot or the door.
Nice. So does expeditious retreat double your movement or just give you an extra
dash action as bonus action?
Okay, nice. Yeah, you would be able to make it in one go. You basically get up to the door, open it, and you're able to like slink in. As you hear off in the distance the ballista crew shouting to each other and like chunk, getting reloaded. Akira, it's your turn. You're 90 feet away from the warehouse.
90 feet away.
Yep. You're in full cover right now, so like you're safe if you stay here. But to continue on, you need to make it that 90 feet.
60. How far away is the water towards the boat?
So the water is basically like 10 feet away from you, but it would be a long swim. It would be like
can breathe underwater.
100. It'd be like 150 feet of swimming.
Yeah, but I said my dude can breathe underwater. Okay. And I guess I'm just gonna dash towards the warehouse.
Okay.
I'm only gonna make it like 30 feet short. I'm guessing
Okay, so
no
basically
cover
you
to
like
hide behind her.
you take off after Elwig, keenly aware that this ballista is getting reloaded, and like you hear off in the distance, "Ready!" And you can't quite make it to the warehouse before you hear that. Okay. So you run your 60 feet, and probably hit. Okay. Does 21 hit you?
Yeah, 21 knows me.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot of dice.
Let's hope they're like die fours.
Okay.
They sound light.
So it does. So you're running, and like you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Does 22 damage as it just like nails you. Give me a strength check or a strength save.
Straight save. 18.
18. Yeah, this thing nails you, and you almost lose your footing and get knocked off of the boardwalk into the water. But you basically like almost topple over, but right yourself and just keep running. And you hear the crew just continue reloading. Bjorn, it's your turn. You see Akira get nailed by a ballista and almost get knocked off of the boardwalk.
So I'm not sure how this works. I have 40 base movement speed. So I should have made it like 80 feet the first time. And now I have like to stand up from prone, I need to use half my movement, right?
Yeah, so you would take half of your movement. You would have 20 left, and then if you dash, you would have
60 total.
60 total.
So that would get me to the warehouse.
That would get you to where Akira is.
Okay. Let me think. Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm gonna do that. So basically what it looks like is it just it happens in the span of seconds, but like Bjorn is just like running and then diving to cover and getting back up, looking around, and then another sprint. And at the end of his sprint, he kind of like tumbles on the one of the planks of the boardwalk and falls down again and like kind of rolling on the ground and trying to settle himself so he can do something else next time.
Okay. Combat roll. And then you lie prone, and you just like watch from your prone position as the ballista gets reloaded, aiming in your general direction. Davi, it's your turn.
Doesn't if you're prone, there's disadvantage on ranged attacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's combat tactics. I saw that. It was good.
Yep. It was on purpose. Totally.
He's definitely cursing in between his teeth, but I guess there's some to it.
So Davi's just gonna full dash towards the door, and then right as he gets to about 30 feet from the door, he's going to disappear and reappear at the door with Misty Step.
Nice. Yeah. You're like
clink, 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 clink.
Yep. You're in there. And you can have your spectral raptor make an attack from where it is.
Did it move?
Yeah, you see it up on the wall, like squaring off with one of the sentinels over there.
So it has the ability of trampling charge if it moves 20 feet in a straight line.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet away. Basically, he's like readying a crossbow, like, oh fuck.
Okay.
Yep.
So
you can do that.
See what happens. 18 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right. So the target has to make a 14 DC strength check or be knocked prone.
It fails.
Okay.
So he's knocked prone.
So because it's knocked prone, it also gets a second attack.
Okay.
So 6 damage for the first attack, and then the second attack is a 13 to hit.
That's a hit. You have advantage if you didn't do that already.
Okay. Let's see, maybe crit. No crit. So 7 damage from that one.
So you see your spectral raptor just like chase down this poor dude before he can get a shot off and just leap onto him with his claws out extended, knock him on his ass, and just rip his guts out with his gigantic claw feet.
Yes.
You just hear a blood-curdling scream on the wind. Elwig, you're in the warehouse and essentially out of combat. As you look around, you see basically like a whole bunch of crates from all over the place with different kind of labels. Some of it's clothing, some of it's basically miscellaneous, not necessarily valuable things. But you see a steel door built into the rock wall that this warehouse is built into, and it strikes you as something that might have something. It might have something valuable behind it.
Far?
What was that?
How far is the door?
30 feet away.
Okay. He will check for traps, and if he has time, he will try to lockpick it.
Okay. Give me an investigation check real quick, and then sleight of hand.
18 for the investigation.
Yeah, you don't see any traps.
And I have a thieves tools.
Okay.
So that would be 3 plus 3. Okay.
So it should be Dex plus your proficiency.
Yeah, 16.
16. You work at it, and this is a pretty tough lock. You make some progress, but you don't open it this turn.
Okay. So
it's just like chaos. You hear shouting in the distance and like alarm bells, and you're like working on this lock. Akira, you're sprinting across the boardwalk. You're 30 feet away from the door. What do you do?
Keep running the door.
Okay, you run 30 feet, and you're in relative safety in this warehouse now. You look around, you see Elwig and Davi. Elwig is trying to pick a lock. You look around, there's a bunch of crates and stuff, and like another door that like leads further along the boardwalk besides that that steel door that goes into the rock wall.
Okay, I move over to where he trying to pick the lock and try to help him with it.
Okay, that's about 30 feet away, so you could use your action to dash and get over there.
All right.
Okay. All right, so you guys are in there. Elwig, Davi, Akira. Okay. All right, Bjorn, you're the only one left in like out of cover. So you just see like the ballista, this gigantic spear-like arrow just getting locked into place. These men, grizzled-looking, nasty pirates. The guy aiming at you You can you almost lock eyes with him. He has an eye patch, and he's gonna try to shoot at you with disadvantage because you're prone.
Yeah, that's it. Focus on the cripple.
Okay. It destroys part of the boardwalk behind you, but misses.
Sweet.
And it's your turn.
So yeah, like seeing the ballista turning towards him, he kind of like trying to scramble to get up as fast as he can, and then all the shards of wood exploding on his back, he's still like cursing and shit. And then I'll use my movement to, I believe, get to cover since I have 20 feet left on my movement.
Yep, you get there.
So how close am I to the other guys?
You could get there with your movement. You could get to that door.
With a dash?
Yes.
I'm tired of falling on the floor, man.
I enjoy it. So yeah, you got to dash again.
Yeah, well, fuck that. He's gonna like trying to look around and have a better idea of what's the situation on the encampment, if you can see, or like on the anything you can see from the battleground, like if the Brazen Pegasus is has been shot a lot, or like if a lot of pirates are out, or whatever is useful.
So all right, so you look around. Basically, since you were prone and you were 30 feet away and then you only moved 20 feet, you would have to dash to get into cover. So you would have to at least make it another 10 feet.
Wasn't the warehouse 150 feet?
Yeah, and you ran
140 because I have
140 at this point.
Yeah, so if I stand up, it takes me 20 movement, and then I can make the 20 last to get to cover, no?
You were at 120 prone. I've been like keeping track, so that's where you were.
Oh, okay, I must have misunderstood something. Well, then in that case, I'm gonna dash the remaining and get my ass on the floor again.
Yeah, you sprint, clunk, 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 dive through the door, and like your buddies just like look back at you like, yeah, way to hustle. As you kind of like dive and you like turn over, like, oh, you look up and you see a ladder to the roof of this warehouse. So based on what you guys see, there is a ladder up on top of the roof of this warehouse leading to what you would guess is where that kind of weird framework contraption was. I think as you got closer, you would have actually noticed it. As you were like sprinting, you would have noticed the crane on top of the warehouse, and you would have noticed the large load at the end of the crane above the ship that's shooting a ballista at you guys.
Are we out of initiative?
For now. So you guys are basically trying to break into this locked door. Elwig, you can give me another lockpick check.
I would suggest maybe Davi staying with Elwig while you're trying to get through the door, and maybe Akira can come with me and we can climb the ladder and see what's up there.
So he
I'll say I would probably be better trying to get to the door since I'm proficient at lockpicking.
Okay, you could give Elwig advantage if you want to do that. Okay, so Akira and Elwig are gonna try to break the door open with advantage, while Davi and Bjorn are gonna try to use this crane or something. Maybe
I'll go with Bjorn.
With advantage, 20.
Yeah. So with a 20, you're kind of like working on it, and Akira gives you some tips. He's seen this kind of lock before, and
Shimmy,
there's like
then
a
jiggle.
second contraption on the inside. It's like redundant. So you have to account for that. So he gives you that advice, and you account for it. Clink! It opens. And on the inside, you see several chests and about 10 weapons mounted along the walls in this smaller, kind of like treasure room looking area.
I'm gonna go back down.
He will the mechanism when it's closed, it will it be locked again or will it still be unlocked?
Based on what you're doing, it would still be unlocked.
Okay, so he will say unlocked. How is the situation outside, guys? I think this might help, but we need to strike down their numbers.
Yeah, we can come back for this.
What kind of weapons are on the wall?
Mostly long swords. There's also scimitars and war and battle axes and war scythes and war picks.
Scimitars are the one-handed swords, right?
Yeah. There's a bunch of one-handed weapons. So does anybody go into the treasure room, or are you guys gonna leave it for now and come back later?
Davi suggests leaving it for later. It's not the room's not going anywhere.
Well, I'm gonna go into it because I need to come up on better weapons.
So basically,
check out the scimitars.
Okay. So you walk in there, and as you walk in there
you go.
The weapons clunk, just like drop all at once. They all drop off the wall and make a ruckus, and you're just like surprised. And as they drop to the ground and make this loud noise, they rise up as if they're being wielded by some invisible assassin, but it's just the weapons floating in the air. And they attack you with killing intent.
How close is Davi to Akira?
Akira is literally like, he just enters the room. He's like 5 feet in the room. These swords and stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Come here, tiny elf.
Dive back out.
Give me a dex save to see if you can like just grab them and do it before. Actually, you need to roll initiative to see if you can beat them. If you can, then you could do that.
Probably not. 5.
5. Yeah. Akira, what's your initiative?
22.
22. Okay.
All right, hold on. Nah, I ain't rolled yet. I got a 20 crit.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Akira 20. Okay. What did Davi get?
5.
5? Okay. That's fine.
Big old 5.
Other people did okay. What did Bjorn get?
18.
18. Okay, Elwig, you see Akira walk in, and as he walks in, these swords spring to life, raising the alarm and then attacking.
You got this magic.
Sorry, can you repeat all that?
They're all like closed in together. It's a very tight space. It's like a 20 by 20 space or so.
Are we trapped?
The door is open.
He will. Can he pull him away to close the door?
Yes.
Pull him back. He will try to.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm guessing Akira wouldn't be. He would be willing, so you wouldn't need to make like an athletics check or anything like that to grab him.
And he will. What is your race? Sorry, the one Airwig is pulling.
He's a sea elf.
Sea elf. he will shoot in Elvish first the pirates treasure later, and he will notice that he's like trying to say fool, but he's containing himself, and he will move back to the door or to the ladder of the warehouse.
Okay. You grab him just like by the scruff of his back and yank him out, and then close the door. And as you shut the door with a slam, you just hear 10 on the other side, and you see this like 10 points and axe heads and weapons just like stuck into the door. And give me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
So wait, they're all stuck in the door now?
It looks like they're trying to chop down the
17.
door.
Oh, okay.
At this point. 17. You know that if you cast Dispel Magic on an animated object, it would render that object dead. Like, it would kill the animating magic. But you also realize that these weapons are silvered.
Silver?
Silvered, yeah.
Yeah, so so basically they are useful, but we have to
Dispel them.
and Elwick does not have the spell yet.
Yeah.
So
Dispel Magic would only work on one of them. It wouldn't work on all of them.
yeah.
How many are there?
So
10.
he will just move.
They're chopping down the door.
Yeah, let's move and get out. We have stuff to do.
Yeah. Actually, it's a steel door, so they wouldn't be able to like chop through it, but you can kind of like they're working at it.
Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah, exactly.
They will. I assume he will know that the weapons will not follow too far away.
Yeah.
And will come back to their positions. So he will move out to the ladder and you climb it up if possible, with 90 feet of movement per round.
Okay. So you would basically go to the other end of the warehouse and be able to look out onto the battle. You guys are out of initiative. So there's this door that leads further into the compound, and there's also a ladder that leads to the roof, and on the roof is this crane in the precarious position that Bjorn saw.
What's in the crane? Like, is it holding to anything?
It looks like a large crate. You weren't sure what's in the crate.
I don't know, man. Should we check that, or are we going further in the compound?
Yeah,
it's over top of the ship, right? I say we just drop it on top of the ship.
Javi votes for that.
All right, cool. I'm gonna head up the ladder and attempt to do that then.
Okay.
As we're heading up the ladder, Javi's gonna bring up the rear and just reach out and like just lightly touch Akira and do lay on hands and give him 20 hit points back.
Nice. So who is going onto the roof to work the crane?
Does anyone know how to operate a crane? What will require to operate it?
They can wing it.
I know how to cut the rope so it drops whatever it's holding.
Yeah, it's
I
like
have proficiency in that too.
It's like over the ship. If you want to like aim it and get it over the ballista crew, that would take some doing. But if you just want to like make a distraction and like damage the ship, you just cut the rope.
Let's see. More dice.
What kind of roll?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see.
Intelligence, I guess, to know how to use it.
I would say it's strength. It's athletics.
Okay.
Try to move it around. So, okay,
got it then.
who's going onto the
athletics.
roof?
I'm going.
Bjorn's going.
Yes.
And I was
Bjorn, give me a
following.
stealth check. Akira, give me a stealth check.
No. Stealth.
Because this ballista saw you guys go in.
23.
Okay.
17.
Bjorn, what did you get?
17.
Okay, Bjorn, as you claw your way up onto this crane, you look down and you see the ballista aiming right at you. You're in half cover, though.
That's fine. Hit the cripple. God damn it.
Shoot! Let's see. Would it hit the crane? Nah, it didn't roll that well. So you see the ballista shoot off and like hit the rocky ceiling above you, sending shrapnel all over the place. The crane's right in front of you. Give me an athletics check. If you want to try to move it over to where the ballistic crew is.
Can he give me advantage since he's helping me?
Yeah, Kira can give you advantage.
I got 22.
22, you clack. This hulking crane. It hasn't been lubricated in forever. It moves, and you see the crate is positioned above the ballista crew. It moves quickly enough that they are basically at your mercy, and you can use your interaction to cut the rope.
Drop the crate.
Oh,
Drop the crate.
How far are they? Like, can they see me?
Oh yeah, they can see you.
So I'm gonna look at them, and I'm gonna like have this like ferocious smile, and then I'm gonna chop the rope and like making eye contact.
I wave bye at him.
The eye patch pirate.
What do you think is in the crate?
I don't know, but I don't care really. I'm dropping that shit on them.
Wow, should
So
be some
you cut
crazy
it.
beast.
The crate drops, and I think what would be in there?
I hope this is not treasures.
No, not
it's like
really.
gold
Not
pieces
really.
all over in the and we're like, fuck. Kira's gonna have
Millions of gold pieces.
No, it's diamonds.
Rubies and sapphires. A bunch of magical weapons.
Food
It drops,
provisions?
and it's black powder.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Well,
Who's got a match?
Smashes them like cockroaches, and you just see this black mist spread all over the place, all over the ship, just out into like this cloud above the ship, and then settling. So there's like
we
So no
shouldn't
open
bring
half a ton of black powder on the ship.
How much? How far is the ship?
Don't light it up, bro.
150 feet away.
Don't light it up. We need to bring it back.
150
Yeah.
150 feet away.
in water, or is can he
Across water.
Yeah,
Well-
so he will have to be 120 at first.
It's how far across water?
150 feet away.
Don't do it, bro.
I
We
believe
need to bring
it's-
it back.
The ship is worth 2,000 gold.
Yeah, don't light it up, man.
We
Well, if
already
they do
could
what
do
we're on it,
that.
though,
Let's
that's
do
some bad shit.
If we really need to, then we will. But I don't think we need to do it right now.
I mean, it's really easy
Well,
to
I mean,
destroy this boat right now.
it will not blow up because the powder has been spread, but it will ignite it and it will cause a distraction.
Yeah, but it's gonna burn it down, bro. It's
It's
wood.
Yeah,
gonna
but
burn-
I could
it's gonna
probably
burn
hit
down
it with a
2,000
flaming
gold.
arrow.
It's a whole fuck ton of black powder.
Yeah, but I'll
The
say, well,
boat
if we're on it,
will-
get hit with a cannon or something.
We'll sweep it
No
off
more
first.
us.
We'll sweep it off first. Bjorn will say that. He will say we should try and bring the ship back whole. And for now, let's try to head further down in the compound before the brazen Pegasus is pierced full of holes.
Davi agrees. We can take that boat out at any time now.
Yep.
I'll head back down the ladder and go through the other door.
So you take out the ballista that was shooting at you, and you're able to continue along the this like gangway that is raised above this rocky beach below. You look down, and you see a rock that's just like covered in chains and bones. There's a half-eaten corpse. Like the top is kind of like half rotten away, and the bottom looks like it's been gnawed through by something in the water. Probably somebody who displeased the captain. Now that you're close enough, you can take a look at the ship that you just covered in black powder. It's this just like gilded ship covered in jewels. It's just like, it's beautiful. It's definitely the most impressive ship you've seen. It has gold and blue and green sails, gilded in what looks like almost, you think it's gold leaf. Basically like these beautiful patterns just like spread along the sails. Along the side it says the Emerald Eye in gold lettering. But it's tempered by a barbaric sight, like 36 decapitated heads tied up along the crossbeam and along the figurehead of this ship, just like all over the place. Like 36 heads, just like half rotten, some of them fresh, some of them old and skeletonized.
I have a question.
Yep.
Could you clarify if the Brazen Pegasus is being attacked by another ship, or is just this ship is the one they were holding, and the Brazen Pegasus is just arriving at the cape?
So at this point, the Brazen Pegasus has reached the rocks, and they need to try to negotiate them to get through. They're still getting shot at by the ballista, and they're returning fire with their cannons. But it's kind of hard to hit. So let's see what happens in terms of that.
So they're trying to take out the tower.
Yeah.
How far is the tower?
The tower is about 250 feet away across like a bunch of boardwalks and docks and stuff like that, and water.
Then we will move towards the tower.
Okay. So you head towards the tower. It's just like exploding with activity. You see cannonballs hit the rocky ceiling above the tower, but not hitting. The ballista keeps filling the Brazen Pegasus with holes. One of them was below the water line as it hits. Much more dangerous. As you get closer, you see, let's see, 1, 2, a whole fuck ton of men. At least a dozen men.
Where are they heading?
They're just like spreading out from the building and starting to man the cannons. A few of them are taking brooms and trying to get the black powder off of the ship. That's gonna take a while. Let's see.
I would guess
no signs of the captains. You don't see him anywhere.
Okay.
But you see this man like with a Deinonychus close at hand, ordering the others around. 4 of them look like they're drunk, but the other 8 look like they're sober. And they're like starting to man the cannons and trying to get the ship to turn and be able to shoot a broadside at the Brazen Pegasus. How do you guys want to approach this? You're about 60 feet away as you're like running along the boardwalk towards the ship.
I think at this point we should light it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davy agrees.
We shoot a firebolt at the powder.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not worth.
It's gonna like turn it into wood chips.
We need our backup more than we need 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burn it to the ground.
So Elwig.
Wait. Can he wait? Has the crew spot the party?
The crew. So the dozen pirates along with this.
The idea is we will wait till enough pirates are on the ship before the most number before he lights up the ship.
But some of the pirates are sweeping off the gunpowder. I'm not sure how much there is, but
it's like a half ton of gunpowder.
Well,
yeah,
they're gonna be we're like 60 feet away, right?
You guys are 60 feet away from the ship too.
Yeah, that's like a dash and a jump.
That's fine.
Far
that's
enough.
Totally fine.
All right.
So 100.
Give me. Yes. So as Elwig, give me an attack roll.
Javi knows fire. It's totally fine. We'll be fine.
16.
16. Okay.
Does the 16 hit a half ton of gunpowder?
Elwig, like you just make eye contact with your companions for a second, knowing how much gold is about to go up in flames, and then you see the fireball just like growing smaller as it goes off into the distance, then hit the gunpowder, and you see the crew like almost. They don't even have time to react as the entire ship just goes up. Just splinters and shrapnel all over the place. The ship, like half of the ship vaporizes. Anybody on there is fucking dead as shit. I need all of you guys to give me con saves to see if you get deafened.
Kill count Elwig for sure.
Play of the game.
Natural 20, and we do not have a bonus on con saves.
Yeah, you don't look at the explosion because you're too cool for that.
I got a 20.
So the dozen dudes are they're fucking dead. Get this other guy, yeah. The bossy guy with Deinonychus gets a dex save and does pass. So they get injured, but they're not dead.
He will be soon.
Yeah. Did anybody roll beneath a 13 for con?
Nope.
Okay. So none of you guys get deafened. Like you can't when Elwig like makes eye contact with you, you all just like close your ears. And then it goes up. So the ship it lists over as the front of it is just blown off and smashes and turns over into the dock and lists and rests on the dock because this water is relatively shallow. So it gets turned into a wreck.
We still got most of the boat.
Okay. Give me initiative rolls. You see arrows pepper the ballista tower, and one man goes down, two men go down, and the third one about to shoot off one last ballista is taken out with a headshot, flips backwards off the tower and lands with a thud. It's eerily quiet, punctuated only by this burning inferno in front of you.
Where's our druid?
He's been following you guys like I don't need to do anything. You guys are good.
He's been hiding behind boxes.
Yeah, he's been hiding behind boxes, man. He's a guide.
He's just been creeping along with his little pygmy veggie guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he give us a thumbs up after the cheap blow?
Sorry?
Did he give us a thumbs up When the ship blow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he gave us a thumbs up when that ship blew
Yeah,
up.
he did.
I think
He
they're
did.
they're looking at each other and just like thinking it wasn't worth the money staying with these crazy people.
Yeah. It's like, oh fuck, that was a lot. That was a lot of money. Okay.
I got a 21.
21. Kira. Okay. And then we got Davi at 3. Okay. So the ship goes up and it's just toppled over onto the dock. Just wreckage all over the place. The brazen Pegasus makes it through the rocks, and you see a wave of pirates basically coming out of these honeycombs, little huts that surround you, and like are taking up positions and shooting at the brazen Pegasus with crossbows. And some of them are moving back up to the ballista, trying to get back up there. And you see emerging from this ramshackle building a man in shining splint mail armor, this gigantic, almost inhumanly large person, just like built like a fucking stump, covered in shiny armor. Bjorn, it's vaguely reminiscent of what the Flaming Fist were wearing. But this guy comes out of the building, and he doesn't have a helmet on. Elwig, I think you were on the first journey after the pirates, right?
I was on the second.
Yes, in the first against the pirates. Yes.
Yeah, Elwig, you recognize this fucker.
Okay.
It's the werebore.
Yeah. He will shoot is a werewolf, silvered or magic only.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This gigantic man is covered in splint mail, reminiscent of the adamantine that the Flaming Fists were wearing. He wields a gigantic maul of the same material. You also see emerging from one of the nearby huts to the large building a man with eye patch with a gigantic ruby just embedded in it, and this gruesome X scar on his face. He's beautiful to behold. He has this like jewel encrusted cape and this jewel encrusted scimitar, just like in a scabbard at his side, and he's just surveying the wreckage of his ship and of his fort. And he locks eyes with all of you. And behind him emerges his first mate, a barrel-chested half-orc. And he kind of like thumbs a great axe. And you guys already rolled initiative. So, Akira, it's your turn. These guys are about 60 feet away. What do? You see 3 of them.
Alright, I pull my crossbow and aim for the orc's head.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
I have an 18.
18, that hits.
It hits. Alright. 1 die. 8. That would be 13 points of damage.
13. And just so you know, sneak attack doesn't proc.
Huh?
It doesn't. Sneak attack doesn't work because he's not near an ally and you don't have advantage.
Oh yeah, I only rolled a 1 die 8.
Okay. So yeah, that hits and does 13 damage. So you're about 60 feet away on this this boardwalk. You're over water at the moment. Are you gonna try to run to get onto land and get a little closer to these guys?
How far away from land am I?
You're 60 feet away from them, but you're also over water. And there's like some crates and stuff around you.
All right, I move up just like where the land is.
Okay. So you move about 30 feet up to the lands and hunker down amongst some crates. Okay. It's Zaroom's turn. Zaroom, he surveys the wreckage and just locks eyes with he just kind of like locks eyes with each of you in turn. And as he locks eyes with you, his eye patch, the jewel on his eye patch, sparkles almost like the sun in a mirror in the distance. And you need to make wisdom saves. All of you.
Okay.
Including the absentee druid.
$19.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Okay. So, he casts a spell. This glint in his eye. For a second, it almost like entrances you. But you shake it off, and as he sees that doesn't work, he just places his hands on Eluk's gigantic pauldron, and it seems like he whispers something to him. But that's all he does. He's going to move into cover. So he has half cover. All right. It's Room's turn. It's Voltan's turn. This half-orc barrels over to Akira, running 30 feet and just standing above you, head and shoulders taller, and he's going to attack recklessly.
Does he, since I'm close to Akira, I would assume he gets 10 feet from me?
Akira moved 30 feet onto land. The rest of
okay.
you are still on the boardwalk 30 feet back from him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do I get a advantage attack since he's attacking wildly?
Advantage attacks? You're a swashbuckler, right?
Yeah.
He gets advantage just because he's attacking recklessly, and anybody who attacks him has advantage.
No, I meant forget what it's called. Like where you
opportunity attack.
Yeah, opportunity attack. That's what I mean.
If he tries to get away from you after he attacks you, then it would be an opportunity attack. But
okay.
He's just getting into melee with you, so no opportunity attack at the moment. So we got Elwick, then we got Davi here as well. You guys are just like, there's a bunch of crates and shit on this boardwalk. Okay. It's gonna attack you with advantage. Yeah. 24 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
It does 6 damage as he wings you. You dive out of the way. It smashes through the crate that you were hiding behind. And he's going to continue to menace you. Bjorn, it's your turn. You're on this boardwalk about 30 feet away from Akira. You see him getting attacked by the massive half-orc.
All right, well, seeing his companion getting attacked, Bjorn will shout a war cry out to his god Tempest to unleash his rage as a bonus action. And then I will charge the half-orc.
Okay. You charge in. You have advantage.
20 something.
Okay.
26 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So wait. And that's 16 damage for the first attack.
Nice. Cleave into him.
22 for the second attack.
Oh.
Does it hit? 22 to hit.
That definitely fucking hits. He's heavily wounded. You cut into him, and there's just like this gash. Just bleeding gouts of blood all over the place.
The second hit will do 10 damage.
10 damage. He's on death's door, but not dead.
That's it.
Okay. Bjorn, as you charge in with a battle cry and just cleave into this gigantic half-orc, you see a head and a familiar white bow pop up out of the fortified roof of this building. Ha! Surprise, fucker! Lascalar is going to shoot at you from hiding. So the first one's going to be advantage. First one hits. I will have my revenge, he says, as he does 8 damage and on the first one, and you need to make me a con save. The second attack does 21 to hit. So roll me con and then
23 con and 21 hits.
Okay, that's a save. The hits, roll me con again.
$17 con.
Okay, you pass again. You get shot through with 2 arrows, and you feel for a second this like weakness pump through you, but you push through it. Your rage just ignoring this clawing feeling of lethargy, but you ignore it. You realize that his arrows are poisoned.
What's the total damage?
The first one did 8 damage, and the second one did 8 damage as well.
Okay.
No poison damage.
Cool.
Okay. Look, it's your turn.
Did he saw is there any clue we could see in the arrows or in the interaction with his teammate that will lead to him to know that they are poison?
Give me a insight check.
20.
Yeah, it looks like Bjorn took that hit a little harder than you would expect.
Okay,
You wouldn't put it
so
past this fucker to use poison.
to drink an antidote would be a bonus action, a free action, an action.
To use antidote, that is an action because it's a potion.
But I didn't get poisoned.
Yeah, he passed the save.
Yeah, but okay. So he will rank the okay. The movement towards the land.
Okay.
How much is to get to the land and then move away from the pirates?
So you can move if you want to get to land and like towards the fray. It's 30 feet. You could also head back the way you came. It's also another 30 feet back, and there would be like a bunch of crates and stuff. You'd be about 60 feet away from the rest of the fight, basically.
Okay. Another question. Are they clusters of pirates?
No, they're pretty spread out, actually.
So he will.
Like there would be clusters of pirates fighting the men of the Brazen Pegasus on the beach, but they're not engaged with you guys at the moment. They're like clashing, basically as men are hopping off of the ship and like joining the fray and just like drowning each other and chopping into each other. Yeah.
So basically, we're along with the commanders of the pirate.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a fray going on in the background, basically, like close by, but you're not involved in that.
Okay, so I don't need to use that. Save that one. Save that one. He will shoot firebolt at the orc.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. He has half cover, just like Akira does. Yeah, he has. They're behind like a bunch of crates.
I have 60 feet of movement without using my action. So can I move to disallow that cover and then move to get cover myself?
Yes. So you can run basically towards Bjorn, run past Bjorn, and then get behind some crates that are like on the eastern side of this fight at the moment. So basically, like, there's the dock that you guys all started on, and then that leads to the gigantic building on a beach. And you can go to like the eastern side of the beach where there's like a bunch of crates set up and huts.
Okay.
Okay.
So then roll for an attack. The 1d20 plus 6, 17 to hit.
The hits.
And 2d10. 12 points of fire damage.
What does it look like when you kill him?
After receiving the wounds from his other for his comrades, the orc is taking the hits, and it will just from the back far away shoots a firebolt, and it begins to engulf the whole body of the orc, and he screams, saying, calling for his superior, and then drops and begins to burn.
Nice. Yeah, he gets consumed by the fire and attempts to jump into the water to put it out. But as he like jumps into the water and is thrashing about, you see a shark come up and grab him, and then a second shark, and then a third shark, and he's fucking dead. Okay, next up, Ellic, the barrel-chested man, just bellows this deep growl that seems to vibrate within your chest. He charges in 30 feet right at Bjorn.
Can I get an attack since he gets in range? I have a weapon master feat.
Great weapon. Is it Polearm Master?
Yeah, Polearm Master.
Yeah, you can use your reaction to do that.
All right. Well, it's a big 11.
11. You slash down at him. It makes contact, but just... You see blue sparks just slide off his armor as you slice into him, missing. And he just like is going to try to smash you. Okay, first one is going to be his charge attack. Okay. 19 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a strength save.
$24.
Oh, okay. So this mighty strike does 20 damage as he just barrels into you full force. But you meet his strike almost like a fullback getting hit by a linebacker who goes a little too high. And just like you slide in the sand as he pushes into you and just cracks into your solar plexus. And he follows up with a second attack, which also hits with a 24, almost a crit. This one isn't going to hurt as much. Does 11 damage, bludgeoning damage, as this nasty-looking, shiny maul barrels into you. You almost hear the... you hear it before you feel it. It's moving so quickly in the air with his great strength. Okay. That's his turn. Davi, it's your turn. You're out of the boardwalk. You see the fight breaking out. You see this mosh pit breaking out on the beach in the background. Dozens of men fighting and drowning each other and cutting into each other, and just like a mess. What do you do?
All right. So first thing, where is my raptor in all of this?
The raptor is up on the parapets, basically helping Captain Ortime's men move through. He's like taking out archers and stuff like that.
All right, cool. He can do that for the rest of the fight. That's what I telepathically tell him to do, so I don't have to worry about it.
You hear like a Jurassic Park Velociraptor call on the wind. Wilhelm scream.
And then did you say it was an action or a bonus action or a free action to take a potion?
It's a action.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I will. I'll move 20 feet towards the fight.
Okay.
In just a slow, methodical pace. And as I walk towards the fight, I will pop the top off of my potion and drink it, and imbibe a potion of Storm Giant Strength.
Oh, nice. All right.
And then with that, I will use my bonus action to cast Vow of Enmity on the werebore that's in front of us.
Okay. Okay. That in mind. Put a little E there. Okay. And you wanna keep out of melee for now, right?
Yeah, just like 10 feet out of melee.
Okay.
And then I have a lance, so I'd be pokey if anything comes near.
Okay. All right. Davi, what's your perception modifier?
Perception mod, good old 0.
0. As you're like sauntering over like a badass, you catch some movement up in the ballista tower above you. You see a man. He's just loaded the ballista and he's getting ready to fire.
Dope.
Yeah. You become aware of that guy. He could have had a hidden attack, but he got found out there. Okay. Akira, it's your turn. You're next to Bjorn, and he's fighting the wereboar. Two titans of strength just bashing into each other.
With a third one on the way.
Yep. So what do you want to do?
Is it an action to pull my swords, or?
You have your swords out.
But they're gonna do any damage. I guess I'm gonna try to attack him.
Okay.
Where'd my? Oh, there it is.
If you don't have silvered weapon, it's not. He's immune.
Yeah,
so
I
you
think
should
it's
try
gonna
to
work.
attack somebody else.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
If you don't have a silvered weapon or a magic weapon,
In the next round,
Will fire hurt him?
Edwig has arrows, silver arrows. If you have a bow.
so Akira, you're not in melee at the moment, so you could bypass him and go after one of the other ones. Captain Lascalar is up on the second floor of this house, shooting down at people with poison arrows. Captain Faroum is hiding in cover, and he's about to unleash a spell at everybody.
Yeah, I go for Captain Azum.
Faroum, okay.
Yeah, Azum.
So
Captain Zoom.
he's more than 30 feet away from you, but you can dash over to him as a bonus action.
All right, I dash towards you.
Okay. So you're over. You catch him hiding behind some crates. He's covered in jewels, head to toe, essentially, and he wields a scimitar and points it at you with malice in his face. What do you do?
All right, the dash was my action, wasn't it? I mean, I like what? Yeah, like
The
jump in
dash is
air
a
and, like,
bonus
attack
action.
him, right?
So you can attack.
All right, but I wouldn't like be allowed to jump in the air then attack.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
I got a ring of jumping, so I can like jump like 20 or 30 feet in the air.
Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
All right. All right. Shoot. I got 23
That hits.
and crit.
That also hits.
All right. Is the crit
so the
double
first
points, or
one
do you
is
just double it
gonna-
after?
Yeah, the first one is going to include your sneak attack, and then the second one is your offhand weapon.
Okay, so the first one's sneak attack. All right. Now, is that just 3 die 6, or is that plus my die 6 for my weapon too?
It is your weapon plus the 3d6 plus your dex mod. And then your offhand is whatever your weapon is with no dex and no sneak attack.
Well, he's 5, so shouldn't it just be the extra attack?
He's
Yeah,
a
6.
he's a rogue.
Oh, okay.
So how much damage?
14. 17 plus 4 be 21.
21. Holy shit. Fuck him up. All right.
Get some.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that. Okay. All right. This is our room's turn.
I'll say what would be the offhand weapon?
So the offhand,
do that one
you have you have 2 scimitars?
I got 2 short swords.
Okay, yeah. They're the same damage die. Okay. It would just be a D6 unless you have
Well, it'd be the one with the crit, so is it
weapon
D6
fire.
plus like double, or is it 2d6?
It would be 2d6.
Okay. That'd be 12 points.
Whew, okay. Yeah. You guys fucked up. Okay.
There's some nice rolls, man.
Yeah. So you hop into the air and slash, cutting off ribbons of this guy's gem-encrusted cape, and he just he doesn't say anything, but his pure malice is just extended through this look that he gives you, and everybody just feels this clawing hatred creep into their souls, and they need to make wisdom saves. Anybody within a 30-foot radius of them.
So
it'll be Bjorn, Davi, and Akira.
I'm back away.
I got 17.
17? Okay.
Same.
How far
17.
is Captain Zoom to the fight? Because I'm like 10 feet away from that.
The room is about 30 feet away.
So I'm out of range.
The 30-foot radius?
Yeah, because I'm not in melee. Remember, I'm 10 feet away from the fight. So that means I'm 40 feet away from him.
So the way that I have this kind of worked out right now, there's the dock in the middle, and then you have Zaroom like 30 feet off to the west, and then you have Elwig 30 feet off to the east, and then Lascalar up on top of the building like 15 feet to the south.
Yep.
So you would be within 30 feet of the radius.
Okay.
But I think you passed, right? What was your roll?
No, I didn't roll yet, so it's 16.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's succeed or be okay. So everybody rolled above a 13 or 15. Okay. Yeah. All right. So he uses his action to do that, and it doesn't fucking work. Damn it. All right.
Sweet.
Uses bonus action, looks up to Lascalar, nods, and Voltan's dead. Bjorn, it's your turn. You're facing off with Eluk, the wereboar.
All right. Well, after being pushed back from his charge, he'll like shrug him off and then just like do one step back to get enough range to attack with his halberd. He will recklessly attack.
Okay.
So the first one is 23 to hit.
23 hits. Is your weapon silvered?
It is magical. It's a +1 halberd.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, I just got it, so I was like,
score.
Yes, very much. So that does 17 damage for the first hit.
Nice.
And then second hit is a sweet crit.
Nice.
So it's 2d10 and once the modifier, right?
2d10. Yep, plus mod.
So that'll do 20 damage.
Okay.
And then since I have Great Weapon Master feat, I will use my bonus action to attack again.
Nice. Okay.
17 to hit.
That also hits.
And this will be 16 damage.
So, what was how much was the second one?
20.
20. Okay. Jesus. Okay. You rip into this guy. He's not expecting it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. He ignores crits because he has adamantine armor.
Okay, so...
Yeah. So it's just regular take off 10.
Regular normal.
But it was less than that. I still do like 16 damage. I still have defense.
Okay.
So, yeah, 16 damage then. Well, I mean, I rolled a 9 and a 4 on my 2d10, so whatever you want to take out.
All right. Just one quick question. Who was the captain we were supposed to bring in alive again?
Zaroom, the one that you just like fucked up really bad.
Okay.
And you can declare non-lethal damage before you attack if you're using melee. So you guys know.
How hurt does the boar seems?
He's pretty hurt. He's bloodied.
Okay. That's gonna be it for my turn.
Okay. Okay. It's Lascalar's turn. He is going to aim at Bjorn. Attack twice. And if he hits, he's going to use his Bardic Inspiration to add damage.
He has advantage.
Okay. Okay. That's a crit. And a hit. Okay. 18 damage and give me a con save on the first one. Bjorn?
13 on the con save.
Okay, that's a fail. So you're poisoned until the end of your next turn. So you have disadvantage on attack rolls, skill checks, something else. Let me check for you. So he does the damage, you're poisoned, and then he does, what was it? 8 damage on the second one.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see here. Poisoned, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll put that little status thing here. All right. I should attack somebody else to get somebody else poisoned, but I didn't think of that. Oh, wait, it's your turn. See Lascalar duck down behind cover.
So we do not need the world boar alive.
We do not.
And is bloodied. Okay, so he will assess the situation. Is any of his team members badly hurt? Badly?
Davi's good.
Bjorn probably looks pretty bad. He got beat up pretty bad, at least. I mean, he's a barbarian, so he probably has a shit ton of health, but...
Yeah, I'm just under half HP.
Okay, then he will assist by scorching ray the wearboard and keep getting cover. And that's a 6, 3 rays, 1, 10, 2, 17, and 3, 24. 17 to 24.
What was the
Sorry?
first one? What was the first?
10.
10. Okay. 2 hits.
And that's 46. Total of 20 points of damage.
Ooh. You roast him. He's in his armor, but he's not dead. He's like black. The armor that was like all shiny and new just got blackened from the flame. Okay. Do you want to move anywhere?
I have 60 of movement. Can I get another place to cover and get close to whatever point I can climb up to reach the one who is shooting arrows at the party?
Yeah, you could do that. There's stairs nearby, so you can head up and try to get close to him.
How far will I? Oh, 60 feet.
He's about
around.
A total of 60 feet if you want to get into melee with him.
No. Sure. Yeah, he will move, and he will. I mean, Elwig has a hat which he can use to cast as a focus. So he will be wearing his shield and maybe his sword, the rapier.
Okay.
So yes, he will reach him.
Okay. So you want to get into melee with him?
Yeah.
Okay. You creep up on these stairs that lead up on top of the house, and Lascalar looks over to you from where he's in cover, shooting down, and he says, "Another one come to die. Very well. All right, so that's your turn. It's Allec's turn. Alec, what will he do?
Is that the werewolf?
It's the werebore.
Okay.
I feel like he'd just smash into you. Like that's his job. So it's gonna attack you twice. You attacked recklessly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Disadvantage. First one misses. Second one is a crit.
Oh, I remember what you get the magical sword. Yeah.
5,
Magical weapon.
10, 15. Does 18 damage.
Okay.
As he just boom, just broadsides you right in the side of your head, just like ringing your bell. He stands his ground. He's not going to run away. There's not really anywhere he can go. So, Davi, it's your turn.
Just with the full force of this giant strength coursing through me, I'll sprint right towards the werebore with my own magical +1 lance,
Nice.
and just spear right into him if I can.
Yes, you can.
17 + 9 to hit, 26.
That hits.
All right, and then I will pump a divine smite into him as well.
Jesus, all right.
Finish him.
That's the goal,
You hear
guys.
echoey voice in the cavern. Finish him.
All right. So, and then +9. And then I get to re-roll all ones. No, I don't. $27 damage.
27?
How do you kill him?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean, you fuck him up. You basically joust this motherfucker right in the face with a smite. But
But what? No
but death.
You hit him, and he gets brought down to 0, but he uses his relentless to be brought back up to 1 hit point instead.
That's okay.
So you pin him to the ground, but he's not gonna be able to do that again.
So that first shot hits him and pushes him to the ground, and I'll spin the lance around and just stab it down onto him.
Yeah.
For my second attack.
So.
And so 27 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, now you kill him.
And then it just through the boardwalk or through the sand just buries him in the ground.
Blood just spatters all over the shiny armor. And he's dead.
And then just twist and pull out.
Nice.
And then with do I have any movement left?
You have 20 movement.
20 movement. How far away am I from the archer captain?
You're pretty far away, 90 worth of movement away.
Oh,
to get up to where he is.
So am I closer to the caster captain?
Yeah, he's 30 feet away.
Okay, I'll use the rest of my movement to head over there.
Okay.
And just, you're next, motherfucker.
Yeah. Remember basically the conditions. If you bring him back alive, double the reward. And Mir wanted him alive as well.
Yeah, I've got manacles sitting on my hip, so we're ready.
I got a net as well.
Okay. Akira, it is your turn. You're facing off with Zaroom. This man hasn't said anything, but he just has this cold presence.
Alright, so how does the non-lethal damage work?
You just say, I want to do non-lethal damage, and then if you hit and you would have killed him, instead you knock him unconscious.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm going to do the non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Let's see. First one's a 26.
That definitely hits.
Second one is 25.
That also hits.
Alright. Ooh. 11, 19 points damage.
Nice. You cut into him. He parries a few of your blows, but gets cut up pretty bad. He's still up, though. Okay. Next up. Davi. The man up in the ballista nest. He's all loaded up. And you see him crank. Aimed at Elwig. He's gonna shoot. At basically point blank range. Rolls an 18.
Good luck, buddy.
Does that hit? 18?
Yeah, double checking. He will use his reaction to cast shield to rise up his AC from 17 to 22. So that misses.
Damn, shield's good.
Damn you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works on ranged attacks. I just checked. So, what does it look like when you shield against a ballista bolt? Like a fucking badass, right?
It's like the full force of the shield spells stops the bolt from going out, and it breaks and it's expelled from the ballista.
Nice. So yeah, just hear "fuck" from the nest, and this man slides down the ladder and gets into melee with Akira along with Zarum. Okay. He looks pretty formidable as well. He basically has like a blue eye and a red bloodshot eye, and he wields dual scimitars. Akira, you recognize this as someone who uses a similar fighting style to your own. It's Zarum's turn. Zarum is going to... He's going to try to finish this. If he runs away, it's over anyway if he runs away, so I don't think he would run. I think he would be driven to kill you. Let's see. He's going to cast... He's gonna do the same thing with his ruby. He's gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on everyone. Everyone's within a 30-foot radius, so everybody has to make wisdom saves, including the bad guys.
19.
8.
Lascalar passes. Far Eye passes.
Is that a charming spell? Because Elvisa an elf.
Hypnotic Pattern. I'm pretty sure it is, but let me just triple check.
So he gets advantage.
Fucking elves. Alright. Each creature in the area sees the pattern must make a wisdom save. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed. It's a charm.
Okay, so I roll.
Are elves immune to charm?
No, get advantage on charm, and they are immune to magical sleep.
Okay. So, Akira and Elwig, you have advantage on the save.
16 with advantage. The other one was a 9. Phew.
Okay, that's a pass. Akira, what did you roll?
I rolled a 19.
That's a pass. Davi, what did you roll?
Sorry, I was showing it. I got a 1.
Bjorn, what did you roll?
8.
Oh shit.
Yeah, buddy. I'm not alone.
So you guys are charmed. I'm gonna read the bad thing that happens to you. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration, and the duration is 1 minute, or until he misses his concentration save. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Oh, God.
So you guys are incapacitated until he loses concentration or until somebody uses an action to shake you out of it or until you take damage.
Okay.
Do you want us
So he just flipped the numbers on their head with one move.
Fucking dick.
He's
Do
probably
you
gonna
want-
die soon, though.
Do you want us to damage you? Just to help you out.
I'm incapacitated. I can't answer that question.
That is his turn. He's gonna give Far Eye. No, he's not gonna give Far. Yeah, he'll give Far Eye Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action. Actually, no, he isn't. He's gonna use Healing Word on himself because I'm not an idiot, and I'm going to do that instead. As a 3rd level spell. 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. Get some health back. Okay. All right. Next up. That guy's dead. Bjorn, you're incapacitated at the moment. It's Lascalar's turn. Lascalar is going to focus on... He's going to put away his bow and pull out a cutlass and turn on Elwig. He's not as good in melee, but he can hold his own too. Strike at you twice, Elwig. 16 and a 21.
Misses.
What?
Misses. Remember that Elwig
A
has
21
shield.
misses?
Yeah, Elwig has shield up.
What was your base AC?
17, but shield grants AC plus 5 to any attack, and magic missile are cancelled.
Did you use Mage Armor?
No, shield is a spell.
No. So you're...
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you want to
you're
know?
you're a rogue.
Yeah. So let me tell you why I got 17 IC normally. I got student leader and
Okay.
plus 2 shield and plus 3 dexterity.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that misses. Okay. It's your turn. So your two companions just like put into a daze by Zaroom's sorcery. Lascalar is menacing you.
Yeah, I got in melee, so he could not shoot arrows. So he will cast green flame blade and slice at the one in front of him. Is there anyone else beside at its side?
No, it looks like the main forces are fighting the Brazen Pegasus, and you guys are basically fighting the captains and the lieutenants.
Okay, so green flame blade gives at level 5 1 extra d8 of damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 1d20 plus 6, 13 to hit.
13?
Yes.
That's a miss.
And I guess that's it. He will. Is the one in the ballista still there?
Yeah, the bliss is still there, but you realize that it takes a very, very long time to load by yourself, which is why that guy basically just sat there for like 3 rounds.
He will want
loading
to
it.
move around the guy he's attacking, so the guy gets between Elwick and the ballista.
Okay.
There's nobody.
Yeah, there's nobody up there. He hopped down.
Okay. So
and like
he
it's
will
unloaded.
keep
So.
engaged in melee with the guy.
Okay. Yep. So you're like locked into Mortal Kombat, just like locking blades and fighting up on top of the roof as Akira.
Rina is flying around his comrades, and she has her own initiative, right? So she will try to shake the barbarian or whoever is engaging with the spellcaster.
So you're trying to like sick her on somebody? Like what are you trying to do?
The familiar, the hawk, is going to poke, shake, somehow try to lose free the one of the two who are paralyzed.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying.
She's gonna poke Davi on the head.
Yeah. Can a familiar do that? Let me check.
Familiars get help action, so I don't know if that counts.
Can a familiar wake me up?
Before you go.
Yeah, I think since you're awake to order them to do that, you can do that. So Davi is out of his incapacitation. Okay. Alec is dead. Davi, you're up.
All right, I will head over to the caster.
Okay.
And I don't have that. I will just swing at him with my lance.
Oh, come
non-lethal.
on, man.
Non-lethal damage. 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 17 damage.
Okay. Definitely takes a chunk out of him. He isn't dead though. He's just mortally wounded.
All right. I'll do my second attack. 27 to hit.
Yep.
Actually, I've been doing that math wrong. 30 to hit.
What? What's your plus?
It's plus 12 now because the storm giant strength.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god.
It's plus 12 to hit and plus 9 to damage. So another 17 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
So 17 more damage. Non-lethal.
Okay, he has like 2 fucking health left. He's probably gonna die, and he has to make 2 con saves. Okay, first con save is a 10. How much damage did you do? Was it more than 20?
17. So no, it would have been.
So he passes the first one.
Yep.
Second one, he fails. So Bjorn is woken up.
Boom! 2 for 1.
2 for.
And then, fuck! I should have hunter's marked him. I would have killed him. Son of a bitch.
You took a storm giant potion?
Yeah, he did.
Where the fuck did you get that?
Davi's been saving up his schmeckles and
paid off.
He rolled that before the beginning of the game.
That would have been really fucking bad if you guys ended up staying incapacitated.
Yes, it would. It would have been great.
Sure.
Okay. Anything else you want to do? You like run up and flash into him. This glint of light just burning through him. And he drops his concentration on Bjorn.
No, that's all I got. I can't hit him with anything else.
Kira, it's your turn. You're in melee with Zarum, and you also have this Far Eye guy who just hopped down out of the ballista. He looks like he's gonna cut into you.
Alright, I'm gonna aim for his room.
Okay.
Try and knock him out. 18, 20.
That hits.
And
yeah, how do you knock him out?
Yeah.
He had 2 health.
Alright. Alright, so I swing my first sword, I aim it like sideways and just smack him upside the head with it. As I watch him stumble, I take my second hit, and I just take the hilt, and I just knock him on top of the head, and just watch him crumble down like a sack of potatoes.
Yes.
Just falls backwards into a bunch of crates, sending them barreling out of the way. Just all these goods, and he falls unconscious. Zarum is unconscious. Bafara is still. You still have a
no
second
one will pay
attack.
for it, but
You still have a second attack.
I still have a second attack.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna try to swing for him with the second one then.
Okay.
It is 23, 25.
That hits.
9 points of damage.
All right. So the second attack should just be the weapon die, so a d6, unless you have two-weapon fighting as a fighter or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
So be 6?
Okay, so this is 5.
Okay. All right. Okay, it's just Farai and Lascalar. Farai, he's gonna rotate around, and he's gonna use his action to pour a potion into Zurum's throat. Pulls out a greater healing potion. Okay. Zarum is brought back. Still heavily injured and on death's door, but he can act. And it's his turn. Alright, what is he gonna do here?
Run away, little girl. Run away.
No, don't.
No, he knows that if he runs away, he's basically lost everything. He's already lost his ship. I don't think he would run at this point. I think he's gonna die fighting.
We don't want that either, though.
He'd prefer to die than be taken to prison.
Sometimes we don't have choices.
That's true. All right. He's gonna cast. Okay. Bjorn, give me a wisdom save. Charles, you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Give me a wisdom save.
God damn it. Critical fail.
Bjorn, you feel these voices just like crawling and just like digging into your skull, just like shrieking. They want to get you. They want to get you. They'll kill you if they have the chance. All of them. All of them. Kill them all. And he casts the spell Enemies Abound on you. And what that does is it's a concentration spell. One creature that you can see makes a save. On a failure, the target regards all creatures it can see as enemies, allies included. Each time the target takes damage, it can repeat the save, ending the effect on a success. And basically what happens is you choose your targets randomly based on what you can see in range. And if anybody, allies included, procs an opportunity attack, you have to take it.
but I don't have to especially attack them.
Yeah, you do.
So I just roll.
Basically, like you roll. I'll roll randomly and tell you who you go after. It could be an enemy. It could be one of your allies. But if
Okay.
one of your allies moves away, they're regarded as an enemy.
Got
So
it.
you take an opportunity attack.
Are you raging?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I think rage does not.
Actually-
Oh wait, he got incapacitated.
Yeah, I'm not
So
raging anymore.
currently not.
I'm not raging anymore, though.
So yeah, it's your turn, Bjorn. So I'll give you.
Give me my target. We'll fuck it up. I'm gonna use my bonus.
Oh, perfect. There's 6 targets, so I'll just roll a d6.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage for sure.
If he does that, then is he not charmed anymore?
No, it doesn't change anything.
All right, d6, baby. Here we go. 4. You go after Akira.
All right.
All right, you're basically surrounded by demons, is what you see.
You've been
Black,
transported to
towering
hell.
demons with sharp fangs and red eyes, just like goading you into attacking them. And you see Akira, towering demon, spines all over him, wielding this black iron scimitar from Dispotter or some shit, and you're just like, oh, I have to kill the fucking evil, and you attack it twice.
What's your AC, Akira?
16.
Well, both attacks hit.
All right, let me.
Oh fuck!
I want to make sure I don't fuck up all the concentration saves and resaves, so I don't screw you guys. Okay.
Is it a charm or a fear?
It is a frightens condition,
Okay.
so it isn't a charm.
So
How much
so
damage
it's a
do you
fear.
do, Bjorn?
Do you have any reduction? Damage resistance or whatever? Thomas?
Not only resistance I really got is to sleep and.
All right. Well, both my attack will do 35 damage total.
Jesus Christ, that was effective. The room just like,
I'm sorry, bud.
oh my god.
Oh,
You just hear this like gravelly voice the first time he's spoken. Oh, how the tables have turned. And it does 35 damage.
Are you still conscious?
Yeah, for now.
Cool.
All right.
Sorry, mate.
It happens.
Not Bjorn,
I was
it's
gonna pay for it one way or another.
Faroum, man. So he takes another save when he takes damage. Literally just when he takes damage.
Okay.
And if Zaroom fails his concentration check, it would fall. All right. So that's Bjorn's turn. It's Lascalar's turn. He's going to attack Elwig twice. With a 23 to hit and what is this? A 21 to hit. Elwig, you want to use a reaction or anything?
Yeah, he will use his shield his reaction to cast shield again.
Okay.
So he misses the second one.
Does the 23 hit?
Yeah, the 23 hit, but the second one misses.
Alrighty. Does 9 slashing damage.
Okay. So how much time has happened since we cast his expeditious retreat?
What's the duration? If
10
it's,
minutes.
I think it's been longer than 10 minutes since you first entered the camp.
No, he casted it as soon as he got covered when when the ballista shoot the first arrow.
Yeah, I know. I think it's been longer than 10 minutes since that first
Okay,
encounter.
so I will have lost it, and
I gave it to you at like the beginning of this encounter, but I think it would have worn off by now.
okay. Let me open the tracker. So 9 points of damage, and okay.
I don't think Lascalar has been hit. Okay. It's Elwig's turn.
So did he saw the caster using a spell?
Yeah, you see Zaroom getting back up after being fed a potion.
Will he have identify the spell? Was cast after
you would assume that Bjorn wouldn't be voluntarily beating the shit out of a party member.
Traitor!
Okay, so he's going to cast.
Give me an Arcana check to see if you can. I mean, yeah. You know that Zaroom's the only spellcaster, so yeah, you would know
okay.
that.
I will want to cast Ice Knife to hit.
There'd be a lot of people.
To give damage to only the caster, the one who fed him a potion, and the barbarian who is in rage and losing control.
It would be, if you shot it at Zaroom, it would be Zaroom, Farai, Akira, and Davi. It'd be a 50-50 basically.
And if I shoot it at the one who give him the potion,
it would be him, Akira, and Bjorn.
Okay.
Like Akira's in the middle.
Is Akira still up?
Yeah. He probably got hit pretty bad though, so if
Okay, so I will choose the second one. I want to put down the one, and I don't want to give excessive damage to the caster. And
okay.
I would trust that
It's
the
gonna hit
potion
Akira as well. And Davi and Farai.
Yeah. Okay, so to hit 17.
And it would be disadvantaged because you're in melee.
All right. 16.
On Zaroom?
No, the one who fed the potion, that will hit also burn with the recoil.
So that would hit Farai, Akira, and Bjorn.
Yes.
Okay. 16 will miss on Farai.
But the explosion still affects everyone around. So they may have to make a.
Even if you miss the attack roll? Oh, hit or miss. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So they all make dex saves. Okay. Farai fails. Bjorn and Akira need to give dex saves.
I got 23.
That's a save.
I'm good as well.
Thank God.
All right. How much damage do you do?
7 points of damage. And that helps concentration and his save. And I am out of first level spells, guys.
Okay. Bjorn, give me another wisdom save. You took damage.
I didn't take damage.
Yeah, you did. You take half.
Do we take half on the?
Oh, we take half damage.
I think so, right?
I
That's how the spell works.
Yes, DC.
Yeah, half on the save.
no. If you
DC
Oh
14.
no, you're right. It doesn't do half. The target and each creature within 5 feet must pass a dex save or take damage.
Or take.
So you don't take damage. Yeah. You have Far Eye though. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to do?
He does not have a. No, he will stay there because there is a raging barbarian and there's no one to mess with it.
Okay. It's like, fuck that. Davi, it's your turn. Bjorn looks like he's gone mad. His eyes are red, reflecting the gem of Faroum.
Yeah, I was gonna save him, but fuck that. I'll just beat the shit out of Faroum.
Solid plan.
2 non-lethal attacks.
Okay. If you smite him, that's not going to be
26. Right? Yeah. No.
If you smite him, that's not going to be non-lethal. Just
Nope.
so you know.
We're smite free right now.
Okay.
So 23 and 26.
They both hit.
All right. Oh yeah. And 40 non-lethal damage.
holy shit.
What? How did you do that? Oh, because of the fucking storm giant. Okay. Yeah, that knocks him out. Bjorn is brought from his revelry. I imagine he's just like surrounded by demons, like, oh fuck, kill them all. And then like all of a sudden, it just goes away suddenly. And Zarum is knocked unconscious once again.
And then I don't think I have anything as a bonus.
Bara is still next to him though.
I hope he doesn't have another potion because if he keeps that up, it's gonna be fucking annoying.
And then can I see, or how far away am I from the other captain that Elwig's fighting?
That's pretty far away. Be 30 and then 30. It would be 120 feet of movement to go around the building,
Wait.
and to get to Elwig.
Okay.
Can I see them though?
I mean, you could definitely hear them fighting,
But
and
I
you can
can't
kind
see
of
them.
you can kind of see Lascalar from where you are. It's
So I want to Misty Step to him if I can.
yeah, you could do that. It's 30 feet high. You could do that.
Boom. I'll use
Done.
my last 2nd level spell and Misty Step right behind Lascalar, so that Elwig and I are basically pincering him.
Yep. Yeah, you use your movement to get up to the foot of the building, and then you misty step up. Elwig, you see Davi appear behind Lascalar. Lascalar's like smirking at you. I finally have the upper hand. You will die. Die like the pig you are. And then Davi just appears behind him. He doesn't seem to notice that he's there.
Yes.
Akira, it's your turn. Zarum is knocked unconscious at your feet. Far Eye is in like a fighting stance next to you.
Hopefully I don't get charmed again, or else Akira is not gonna be easy for you, bud.
Okay, let me see here.
Just murder that fucking Far Eye bitch.
What about I lost my dice? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me see now. Would I be able to like attacking ones and like dash, disengage, and like hide?
Yeah. You can attack and then disengage. You wouldn't get sneak attack because Bjorn is like behind you, basically. He's not adjacent.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get like sneak attack, but I was like trying to like attack him and like disengage and hide.
Yep, you could do that.
It's like one of my like skills. He won't provoke a attack opportunity.
Okay.
All right. So I got 17, 22.
That hits.
Is it hit?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 points of damage.
You slice him, giving him a scar to remember you by, and then you run away.
Yeah, just as fast as I hit him, like I turn around, run away, and hide behind something.
All right. Disengage. It is Far Eye's turn. He's gonna pursue. He doesn't have any more health potions to fuck with you guys anymore, so he's gonna fight to the death, basically.
Does that provoke an opportunity attack from me?
Oh.
I have a 10-foot range as well.
Could he get? He could. Let me see here. Can use as a bonus action. Okay. How should he do this? He's not fast enough to get far away from Bjorn, so. All right. He's gonna take on Bjorn. Seeing Kira run away.
He's already in melee with me?
He's not, but he's gonna get into melee with you.
So it does provoke an opportunity attack from me.
What if he uses a bonus action to disengage?
It's an action disengage, no?
His stat block allows dash or disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, so he disengages to go the other way.
To get into melee with me?
I mean, it cancels out attacks of opportunity, right? Logically, it would do that on the way in, right?
No.
Too?
Opportunity attacks is...
or is that just like, it happens no matter what, even if they disengage?
I'm just...
it says when you choose this accolade, level 3, learn how to land a strike and slip away without reprisal during your turn. If you make a melee attack against another creature, that creature cannot make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn.
I don't know, it's opportunity attack when they enter the reach you have with that weapon.
So the disengage action allows you to avoid opportunity attacks.
Cool.
Yeah, it is not a reaction opportunity attacks, but opportunity attacks act together.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
I think if you're getting out of an extra attack, so no opportunity for you.
That's fine.
Fuck you, fucking guy.
Did you attack recklessly?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, I can if you want.
No, I was just asking because I was checking if he got a advantage. First one is a miss. Second one is probably hit with 23.
Yep. Hits.
He does 12 damage.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Zaroom is conked out. Bjorn, it's your turn.
All right.
Yes! Vengeance!
So, Bjorn is like pretty fucking confused because he was like charmed for 2 rounds and then he started seeing like nightmarish shit everywhere. But now he like being attacked by the other guy kind of puts his mind straight and like he knows what's up and he's gonna get back at them for like using their magic tricks against him. So I'm gonna recklessly attack the dude and use my Great Weapon Master skill feat to try and hit him harder, I guess.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15 is a miss on him.
Second strike, 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna do 30 damage on that hit.
Oh, Jesus.
And
He's
then
heavily wounded. I think you like chop off 3 of his fingers.
My bonus action to hit him again. 19 to hit.
Did you? Isn't it for like? Oh, because you have a pole arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Oops. That's 20 damage.
How do you kill him?
Yeah, so like Bjorn is just like shouting like a madman and like puts all his strength on the first hit, but the guy kind of sidesteps it and then still like screaming turns aside, give him a slash across the gut, and then like straight up pokes the pole of his halberd through his eyeball into his socket and inside his brain, and like pushes him on the floor.
Nice. You just like, and he's just like, and you just kick him, and he slides off of the pole arm, and you just, and he's dead.
All right.
Very
at this
dead.
point,
Lascalar is the only one left.
I'll
You remember his fucking tricks.
I'll move up to well, he's far from me, right?
You can use an athletics check to try to climb up to him. It might be shorter.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay. Give me athletics. You have advantage.
22.
Yeah, like King Kong climbing the Empire State Building, you climb up this shack, basically this overgrown shack, and you aren't quite able to get to the top, but next turn with your movement, you're probably going to be able to get up there and attack, which is shorter than going all the way around.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Lascalar's turn. I feel like this guy's a coward.
No. That is fucking magic cape.
It's fucking magic cape. Okay. What's gonna happen is since he's surrounded by people, I'm gonna give you guys a reaction to dex save and go with him. But he's definitely gonna use his fucking magic cape because he's a coward dick. Alright, so Davi and Elwig, give me dex saves.
I have 40 feet movement. Am I not close enough?
19.
Okay. What did Davi get?
Oh, that's pretty bad.
2?
That's very
not
Davi.
good. Okay.
Davi.
So, Elwig, you see Lascalar whip his cape up, and you were warned about this on the way here. It's like Bjorn and Davi were just commiserating about how much of a fucking dick this guy is and how he disappeared at the last second. To watch out for that. So you're ready. You like tackle him as he disappears in a puff of smoke. And Davi, you like try to grab him too, but all you get is air. And the smoke dissipates. Lascalar and Elwig are gone. The rest of you are out of combat, and you see the crew of the Brazen Pegasus starting to overwhelm the pirates. Some of them are like turning and running, getting cut down. One of them runs past you, Akira, and just gets taken out by a javelin. And you see Orme threw the javelin, and she's just like, yes. But Dobby, you realize that Elwig and Lascalar are alone. Elwig, you appear fighting and tackling with Lascalar on top of this the cliff overlooking the camp 500 feet up, out of sight of the rest of them. You're alone fighting on this cliff, rolling and wrestling. It's your turn.
Son of your mom. Okay, so
Where is he?
He's 500 feet up on that cliff face.
Okay.
Like on the top of the cliff. You have no fucking idea where he is.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, Elwig.
okay.
Lascalar
Can
looks
I
pretty,
use? Can I use?
pretty healthy.
How big is the area we're in?
So it's pretty big. You have plenty of space to the north, but you're right on a cliff face to your south, like 10 feet away.
Can I? Do I know about this cape? How much charges does he use, etc., etc.?
You aren't sure. You've heard that he used it. You aren't sure how many times he can use it in a day.
But can I identify what kind of with the what they told me what kind of magic item is? The
Yeah, give me
name
an
or something?
Arcana check.
Yeah. An 11.
11. You've heard of these capes before. They're very rare magic items, but you aren't sure how many times they can be used in a day. It depends on how powerful the item is.
Okay.
You aren't sure what he has. It's mano a mano right now. And you have your action and your bonus action.
500 feet.
And you're basically up on top of this cliff, looking down, overlooking the cave that everybody's in.
I can use first spells with a second level spell slot, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can do that.
Is he facing the? He basically wants to push him to the cliff for both of us to go down.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you could do that. Give me an athletics check. To push him. You wouldn't be able to get him all the way off the cliff. You can push him towards the cliff though.
15.
15. Okay, yeah, you push him towards the cliff. He whoa! He almost falls backwards, but he catches himself. He's like right on the cliff.
Okay. I don't know. He will stand his ground. Was that an attack, an action, or?
That's an action to push.
That's it. He will keep his.
Are you gonna try to close on him? Or are you gonna stay where you are?
So he's still away? Okay, he will stay
right on
away.
the cliff. Okay. Stay away from him. Okay, yeah, he gets pushed back along the cliff, almost falls over, rights himself, and then charges at you, Elwig.
Are we still in initiative?
I mean, it's so far away that I'm not sure how you would.
Oh, can I scream where we are?
And welcome back to my channel.
You're like 500 feet up.
But can I shoot as a free action to anyone who can hear?
Yeah, you can shout. Give me a con save to see how loud you are, and they might be able to hear you.
At 500 feet, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty...
In the
What
gorge.
you're in like this big bowl, so, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of echoes. It could...
Yeah.
It could
I mean,
Makes sense.
12.
Yeah, you shout as loud as you can, and it doesn't seem like they can hear you.
Okay.
You guys, you're just like trying to figure out where the fuck Elwig went.
so to do that, since I've been on adventures with Elvig, I know a great deal about him. Can I
Okay.
cast locate object? On
Yes, you can.
piece of-
You
Okay.
can.
Is he? So it's 1,000 feet, and I know exactly what direction to go.
Yeah. So as you're like, oh fuck, where the fuck did he go? You cast locate objects, and you just feel. What object are you focusing on?
His spell book.
Nice. Yeah. You feel this like pulling, and you look up, and you see two dots struggling in the distance, far, far above you.
All right.
And it cuts back. Good.
I'm gonna send my raptor up there.
Can you
He can't fly. I get that, but
can you
he
conjure
should be-
him like 1,000 feet away?
I can actually. He's just been running around this entire time, and as long as he's within a mile, I can communicate to it.
It'll still take him a really long time to get up there. It's like a
That's
sheer cliff
fine.
face.
That's fine. Just as long as I make the effort, so that when he dies, he'd know I tried.
He has like a 60-foot movement.
No, he's got a.
He's a
Yeah,
warhorse, right?
Yeah, so it's 120 on a dash.
So if he's going half movement, that's 60 feet a turn.
So it's.
So it would be a lot. It would be a long
Yeah,
time.
it's like 8 turns.
Yeah.
He's climbing straight
Well,
up.
it's better than nothing.
Yep.
Right?
I'm making the conscious effort to try to help.
Okay, before I take Lascalar's turn, Dobby points out the struggle up above you. Look! Above us! Anybody else want to try to do anything to try and help? You look and you see the ballista still fully functional. And it takes a three-man crew to shoot in a turn.
Yes! Let's do it!
That sounds like us hitting LA.
Free DM tip.
Let's do it. Davi's down. He's
Okay,
making his
Sure,
way.
why not?
Okay.
So you guys like, oh fuck! What do we do? What do we do? And then who comes up with the idea to use the ballista?
My god Tyr calls down to me and he goes, "Dummy, use the ballista."
You hear this like soft voice in the back of your head, but booming.
Very booming.
Use the tools I gave you, and like this, the light of dawn shines upon the ballista, and you guys are going to be able to shoot it next turn. But first, Lascalar is going to go. He's going to attack you twice, Elwig. The first one is an 18 to hit. The second one is a 7.
The first one hits.
He does 8 damage.
Okay. I'm still up.
Okay. Lascalar. And then I'm going to do it. We're going to go on Dobby's turn for shooting the ballista. So who wants to shoot it? Who wants to roll?
What does it take to shoot it? Is it just a
Dex.
D20 roll?
Just straight dex.
Okay. Davi's gonna.
It's
gonna
I
roll.
got a +4 on Dex.
Yeah.
He's gonna have half cover where he is at the moment. You
Totally
saw him
fine.
get pushed near the edge, and that took away his cover.
Yeah.
So you could hold your action until he gets to the edge, or you could take the shot.
I feel like we won't hold off until we get a nice clear shot.
For sure.
But if you hold it and he doesn't end up near the edge, you could waste a shot.
I say you go for it, man. +4 is sweet enough.
Yeah, man.
Just don't roll a 1 or
dex.
it's gonna go bad.
Just wreck
Yeah,
that
don't roll a
motherfucker.
1.
Roll a 1.
Backfire. String break, take her head off.
No, man, that shot's
Alright.
gonna go just a little too wide and just take out an elf.
I got 17 plus 4 be 21.
The hits.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
Kill him. Impale the bastard.
It is 8d6.
8d6. Okay,
Alright.
we only
Break
have
out the
6 at the
calculator.
moment. So.
Single target, so. Theoretically, you could kill him in one go.
Alright. That's 2.
We like
8.
theory.
11 is 19. 12 plus 19 is 31. 31.
31. Just long trajectory. Going like high up in the air. Just an arc. Elwig, you're locked in combat with this guy. I have you now. You're alone with me. Your friends can't help you. Yeah. Gets shot by the ballista, not killed, but heavily injured. But he makes a strength save to see if he gets pushed prone. And he does. He gets pushed prone, and it's Elwig's turn. Yes, it's Elwig. Who went last? It was Lascalar last, right?
Yeah.
And then it was Davi.
Yep.
So it's Elwig's turn.
Okay, he will slash at him with his rapier using I forget, green flame blade.
Okay.
So
Stab him while he's down.
You have advantage.
advantage. Okay. Natural 20.
How do you do it? Give me damage first, actually.
Okay, so
You
it's
might not kill him.
1d8, so it's 2d8 plus 2d6 from the rapier.
The rapier should be a d8.
D8 green flame blade.
Yeah, so it'll be a d8, and it'll be 4d8.
48? That's a good. We'll take that number.
Okay.
Yeah, because the rapier is a d8 weapon.
4d8.
Yep.
And gets the +3 from dexterity, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dex.
Oh, it's so good.
22 points of damage.
Yeah. How do you kill him?
He's
Fucking hate that guy, man.
He's shocked
Glad
by
you killed
the bolt of the ballista. So he hangs the bolt with one hand, and Elwick takes the opportunity and runs at him and stabs, and they both drop from the cliff. And at the last moment, Elwick is able to cast a Featherfall, and
Oh, that's badass.
he does not drop at the floor, but slowly.
So,
reaches.
oh my god! All right, so he gets hit by the ballista, and you stab into him and fall off with him, and the rest of you three are just like staring on in horror as they drop. You hear Lascalar screaming as he's falling, and then they like break off, no longer locked together. Lascalar dropping like a sack of bricks, and then Elwig just like drifting down. Lascalar speeding up. Just slams into a hut and just you see it, a plume of dust, and he is fucking dead.
I'm gonna loot the pirates, man.
You loot the
that's what I was about to
pirates.
say. I run towards the Captain Zoom and grab a Senator and eye patch.
You loot the pirates and go get so much shit. Okay, here we go.
I manacle that damn pirate while he loots it.
You destroyed the ship, so you don't get any money for that.
Can we salvage anything inside, like the gems and shit?
Yeah, so in terms of like what you have here,
I have a question. The proficiency in water vehicles gives him the ability to repair the vehicles or the knowledge. Will mending help?
On the ship? No, it's fucked up. It's gone.
It's a joke.
It's literally like half a ship at this point.
No. Let him do mending. It'll take like 6 years. It'll be fine.
I mean, like
little bits.
We can still salvage from the water the treasure that was that did not get damaged from the ship.
There was the treasure room as well with the weapons. We should try and loot that.
Yeah, I think we all just got a
have
message
to deal with all the magic weapons in there. I'm gonna say with the amount of people that you have, it would be mundane to take care of it. Because I don't want to sit there and have you attack 10 magic swords right now. Because it is the end of this session. So thank you, anybody who is watching. And we're going to call it right there. Oh,
so
before we call it, actually, this is important. As you're like looting the bodies and finding many very nice magical weapons like that cape and his bow and that armor that the werebore was wearing, you find a small rock in Zaroom's doublet. Seems kind of like, okay, like a lucky rock or something like that. But you remember that Mir had found a similar rock in the quarters of Liara Portier, the leader of the Flaming Fist. And it has a matching symbol on it.
I have a set of these rocks, so I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I saw the sending stones as well. So
yeah, if we could ritual cast the combo detect magic and identify. So
yeah, I'll give you the loot afterwards. I just wanted to drop that in there because you definitely find that.
That's cool.
It's basically like damning evidence.
Yeah.
And you also have Zaroom alive.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So you basically collect all the loot and treasure, these ill-gotten gains of the pirates. You scrape Lascalar off of the floor so you can get his cape.
and whatever's left of his head.
Yeah, and his magic bow, which is essentially unbreakable, so it didn't break on the way down. That's good news. So you collect all these items and load back up on the ship. And Zaroom, when he awakes halfway home, he just sits there, voiceless, gagged, and blindfolded. But you feel that persistent hatred, that almost ethereal spite that just exudes from him. And that's where we're going to call it as you sail into Port Nyanzaru with your treasures and your information. Thanks for playing, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Great game.
Thanks.